Hey everyone, how's it going? Hold on a second here. How's it going? Sorry, I want to apologize for my absence last week, first and foremost. I haven't been feeling too great. Feeling a little better now, though, so there's that. Before I get into too much, though, and there was a lot. There was actually a lot I wanted to accomplish this week. A lot of videos I wanted to make, and a lot of videos I did make and I didn't put out, and maybe I'll even talk about that then. But before we get into anything, you know them, you love them. Let's bring in my partner in crime. Hit that beautiful Fez footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, millions watching around the world, let me introduce to you the genius of genealogy, the guru of guitar, John Fez Wendo.
Brother John?
Batman. Hello.
Oh shoot, yeah, that's what I was gonna do when I started the stream. I was gonna go, I'm Bat, and I was gonna, yeah, you thought I was gonna say Batman. I totally forgot. But how goes it, Brother John? How goes it?
Oh, like the hammers of hell down the razor blade of life into the acid bath of eternal damnation, but at least the weather sucks.
Same as always then, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Just got back from a funeral. One of our lodge members' wives died. She was 89. He's 90. So, and he's treasurer of the lodge and what they call grandfather of the lodge. He's the oldest living member. So, had to be there. So, sad situation, but glad to stand by his side.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, not
be
cool.
A brother to a brother. Plus, he was my mentor for ritual. And, he's one of those guys, when he does ritual, the big guys in Philadelphia, Grand Lodge, they listen because he does it beautiful and flawless. Just quite a great guy. So there's that. And I built a grinder, we talked about earlier, out of a Harbor Freight piece of junk that I took the motor out of. I've still got the body on the shaft, a pulley on one side, the grinding wheel on the other, and a motor from my old Craftsman bandsaw on a stand. And it surprisingly works. So there's that. And a few other projects going on.
Fez ingenuity. Nice.
Ingenuity and desperation.
Tim says, I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment. Geez, John, I hope you're not going to another funeral anytime soon. What the heck?
Oh, no. No. This was one of those, you got to kind of go and support a brother because, they've been married, 68 years? And first time in his life without her, basically. So it's... it's hard for him, but he's got the family there. He's got the brothers and everything. So, hopefully he'll be okay.
Sending prayers. Sending prayers.
Thank you.
I'm just noticing here, one thing I do not like about Restream is, okay, we were just talking backstage before I hit the go live, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but I had the chat up on screen. I had the little ticker going across the bottom there and everything, and yeah, I don't know. I hit go live and Now I have to bring it all back up. What the hell, Restream? I mean, you know what I mean?
See, I've got the ticker going and the
I
chat
just
in the corner.
Yeah, I just put them back up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just if anyone from Restream is listening in, the reason probably most people like me set everything up ahead of time is so that it's on screen for when we go live. Just throwing that out there. Just a recommendation. Maybe leave everything the way it was, you know, maybe. Anyway, so okay. So I got some things I want to talk about. I know, okay, I'm going to hit on this first, get it out of the way. A lot of people, I did a live stream, a couple live streams back. I talked about Friday the 13th, my love of Friday the 13th, and showed off some of my stuff and all. One of the lowest viewed live streams I ever did. Apparently there aren't a lot of horror fans, or at least Friday the 13th fans in my little community here or whatever, but I got to hit on this because it's important to me and it's my channel. I'm going to do what I want. No, just kidding. Well, no, sort of. But so I want to talk about there's been some things occurred in the world of Friday the 13th. Well, I guess now it's officially called the Jason Universe. There's like a YouTube channel and everything now, and they're making So for those that don't know, there's been all kind of ongoing lawsuits for what seems like I don't know, a decade now or so. I don't know. It's been going on forever between creative control and this and that and the other thing. And that's why actually even some of the last movies were Friday the 13th. It was like Jason Goes to Hell. It was Jason X, because they weren't allowed to use the name Friday the 13th. So there's been this, so it probably has been decades actually, but there's been this ongoing battle for control. Anyway, they want to bring it back. And it looks like they've made some, I guess we'll call them steps forward. I mean, some things are going on, but so anyway, you can check this out on the Jason Universe YouTube channel. There is a free, it's like a 15-minute, I guess you'd call it short because it's technically not a movie. And it's not a fan film. It's like a legit thing from what I understand. It is called Sweet Revenge. Okay, it's free to, you can check it out. Personally, I think it's 15 minutes that you're never going to get back in your life. But so I've watched it a couple of times, bits and pieces, and then I sat down and watched the whole thing. I don't know. It's like, it's reassuring me that like they can't make horror films like they used to, especially like Halloween and Friday, the classics, you know. It's weird to be saying classics because it's from my lifetime, you know, but they're old now, you know, they're old IPs and everything. And so some of the charm, in my opinion, and I think to a lot of people, some of the charm in these old horror movies is the grainy film, you know what I mean? The poor technology, I guess, for lack of a better term. And so this new one, you know, it has like nice camera work and stuff. That's great in like a Marvel movie or a DC movie, you know, Star Wars, great. That's great. You want it to be nice and crisp. I don't know. It loses some of the magic with modern technology, I think. So, especially with old characters like Jason. Okay, I think we need to just leave it alone. I just almost wish they wouldn't do anything going forward. And wait till I show you the mask and everything. So I have some pictures I'm going to show. So this short, this 15-minute short, I guess, is supposed to psych you up and get you prepared, get you all prepared for this new Friday the 13th universe, or Jason universe. Well, I don't know. The thing is, so I'm going to talk spoilers here because it's free. You know what I mean? If you don't want your spoilers or anything, you know, just turn me off right now or whatever, if you really even care. But so long story short, there's like a female star of this short. And of course they go to Camp Crystal Lake and blah, 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 you know, friends and this and that. And of course Jason's there. And so anyway, she ends up finding her way out in a canoe on Crystal Lake and during the day. And Jason pulls her out of the canoe into the lake. And then somehow she doesn't resurface until nighttime. You got that? The sun was up when she went in the lake. It was dark when she came out. So anyway, she goes back to the camp only to come and find her best friend. Now, apparently she was missing all afternoon into the evening. So, you know, that was enough time for her friend to move in on her fiance or whatever. Yeah. And she catches them making out and stuff. And so anyway, Jason shows up and he kills the girl that initially we thought he killed earlier, that he pulled into the lake. He kills her again. Yeah. Impales her in the stomach with a machete. She pulls the machete out herself. She's still, guess what? apparently Crystal Lake is magic now because she went into Crystal Lake. She's now like Jason. She's like an indestructible, unkillable thing, right? Apparently.
Ah,
And so anyway, Jason, now there is some legitimate cool gore
Yeah.
in this particular scene that this builds up to. There's some cool gore. But so it all culminates with the woman that was in the lake and her friend who was cheating with her fiance, kind of surviving, I guess you'd say, and leaving, only for the friend to apologize and the now psycho Crystal Lake girl to kill her.
right.
So then we end with this girl who is now vortized or possessed, whatever you want to call it, and Jason coming face to face, and that's kind of how it ends. You know, are they going to fight? Are they going to do so? So anyway, there's that. And apparently it was sponsored by like Angry Orchard because we got like product placement shots of like Angry Orchard and apples and stuff in this thing. So I don't know, maybe they're going to be involved. I don't know. But anyway, so allow me to bring up one of probably my biggest gripe. Because, okay, let's be honest. A lot of the Friday the 13th didn't have great stories. I've always said Kane Hodder is my favorite Jason. He's just in the worst movies. The stories and the writing, it's all crap. However, he plays a great Jason.
Yeah.
So let me share my screen here, and bear with me because I have a wicked delay going on here for some reason. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. I hope. Okay. Now,
There it is.
this is the new concept for Jason. Okay. Now, I don't know how many fans are going to see this or whatever, but my question to you is, does that look like Jason to you? Okay, he's kind of a bulky guy wearing a white hockey mask, holding a machete. Okay, but all right. My biggest problem is the mask.
Yeah.
All right. And for me, I think I've talked many times how, I don't know, I like masks. I'm drawn to masks. Masks are what draw me into things. I'm a big fan of the Halloween film franchise as well, too. However, a lot of the movies, the masks are so bad, it just takes me right out of the movie. For example, Halloween 4. Halloween 4, the movie itself has perhaps the best Halloween feel to any of the movies. But the mask is so bad in that movie, I can't get into it. I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to go on here, because here, let's even bring up it closer. So this was designed by Greg Nicotero, who he has a really long history of makeup work and design work and stuff in a lot of horror movies, especially. So he has a legacy behind him, and he actually worked under Tom Savini, one of the greatest horror makeup dudes of all time.
Yep.
But this is terrible. This mask is terrible. Okay, first of all, diehard fans, I've explained this many times, I think. Every Jason mask in every movie is different to an extent, but they all stay within certain parameters. For example, the vent holes. Okay?
Right.
We have the vent holes. Now, the traditional mask, there are some exceptions, but in most cases has like 31 vent holes. Okay.
Right.
You look at this mask, I'm guessing Mr. Nicotero tried to get cute, because if you count them, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So Friday the 13th. I mean, I get where he's going with this. No, I mean, it's not Jason. You know, it doesn't have the correct amount of holes. And now let's go to my next gripe. The squarish eye holes. Okay.
Yeah.
That looks like that came right out of Quiet Riot Mental Health video.
Yep.
With the square eye holes. Jason's mask never had square eye holes. They were round, almost almond shaped. Okay. That's just a characteristic of the mask that you just shouldn't deviate from. Now, my biggest gripe of all, okay, the chevrons. Like, I saved them for last, but it's the thing that stands out the most to me. Like that I can't. Let's talk about the unibrow.
Yeah.
Why do we want Jason to have a unibrow? That is the biggest goddamn chevron on any mask I have ever seen. That is like, Okay. And then just the subtle things to me that make the mask that are missing here. I mean, snaps. Okay. I guess
Yeah.
these are snaps, but they're big damn snaps, right?
That looks like a bolt.
I can't even tell. I mean, they're flat. It
Yeah.
appears and rounded over. But I've talked on the last live stream, I talked about Friday the 13th, how important the snaps on the cheeks that
Yeah.
don't have straps connected to them, but just the straps protruding from the mask make it resemble Frankenstein. Okay. So right off the bat, no snaps, unibrow, square eye holes, not enough vent holes. I mean, and this is one thing. This is kind of, I'm assuming this is a digital mock-up of the mask. Here's a picture that looks like from a Comic-Con or something. Well, yeah, it does say Comic-Con right in the background.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. That is an abomination. I'm sorry. That is
that's cheap.
That is an egg with a unibrow.
Yeah, that looks like just a fiberglass cast.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. That's not scary to me at all. It's just not scary. That looks like a bargain basement. When you go in a dollar store for Halloween, and you go in their Halloween aisle, that looks like that would be hanging on a rack for 99 cents. Well, actually, okay, so that might be the little more expensive one. That might be like the $6.99 dollar store mask right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, right off the bat, going back to the vent holes, the lack of many vent holes, it looks like an egg. I mean, and from a distance, it's really going to look like an egghead is coming at you with a machete. How are you supposed to take that seriously?
Yeah,
So,
really.
Yeah.
Now here's the other thing. If you go back to the first picture of the full guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next picture from that one, closer up on the head. Now, my understanding, I could be wrong on this, but was that Jason was always bald. And here you are seeing hair protruding around.
He has had hair in various movies. Sometimes it was harder to see than others. And as a matter of fact, in the reboot, Jason had hair very similar to this. But I can live with the hair. All right. Yeah. It's just okay. In Jason X, the one where he's in space. Okay, Kane Hodder plays him, and I do like the movie.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I disconnect it, even though it is canonically, it is part 10, Jason X, part 10. For some reason, it's just I need to be in a specific mood to watch it, so I just disconnect it from the rest of the movie. It's just a fun movie seeing Jason in space, and so the mask in that, before he becomes Uber Jason and is upgraded and stuff, for if you haven't seen the movie, you got to see it. But so before he becomes Uber Jason, he does have a mask that is somewhat similar to this. It's maybe even be a little smaller than this, but it still has like the correct amount of vent holes and things like that, I believe. Yeah. But like I said, I disconnect it from the rest of the movies. It's just a fun movie. When you're sick of other Jason movies, and you're like a sci-fi geek like a lot of us, you watch Jason X to get your Jason in space fix. And so I can excuse the mask in that one. This is what they're talking about going forward with as the future face of Jason. And it's horrible. It's horrible. So I don't know. Maybe you guys disagree. I don't know. Let me know. But I'm acting like I'm filming a video here. But so, all right. Let's bring that down. We'll get that out of there. Where the hell do I stop sharing screen here? I was prepared. No, I am no longer. Okay, there we go. So that was just my little 2 cents on that. Yeah, Jason Love. You should change your name to Jason.
There he is.
Yep. Oh, hail Jason Love too, by the way. Hail, brother.
Yes. FKHC and hello, Snortipoopas.
Yep. Snorty. Of course.
Awesome.
It's not a chat without Snorty Poopish.
Nope.
Everybody's probably over watching Tony. I think Tony's streaming right now, but I'm seeing a hell of a lot more stuff on YouTube than I am on Restream for some reason. Anyway, so there's that. But anyhow, let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay, so that was like some bad things, John. I was going to send you this the other day, but I decided to wait and get your because I wanted to see your reaction when I share this. Let me figure out how to bring up an image file again. I can't wait to see. I can't. Man, do I got a goddamn lag here.
Ah, Jedi Master Lost in Space and Sci-Fi Classics.
Hey, old brother. Yeah.
Hi there.
Hail to the Jedi Master. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. All right. Okay. I found it. John, wait till you see this. I gotta get your opinion on this. If and when it decides to open. I got like the buffering thing going on. And this is after, okay, here we go. This is after like defragmenting, a restart, reboot, and all of that there fine stuff.
Ah.
But, hold on. Now I got to wait for my images. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get your input on this.
Wow. What the hell?
What do you say to that, man?
Somebody had a lot of time on their hands or a lot of damaged wood that they covered up with volume controls.
What could those knobs possibly accomplish, man?
If he's got inboard effects, maybe quite a lot, but you'd have to know what each and every switch and dial did. And there could be individual volumes for each pole of a pickup. I actually did that once. It was not pleasant. Of course, pickup selector, well, that's up in the up about at the horn. But yeah, it looks like he's got all kinds of onboard effects and different types of tone control.
I'm almost wondering if someone like me, who has more time on their hands than they know what to do with, and has the ability to digitally manipulate photos, doctor this a little bit, because that's overkill, dude. I'll confess. Look at me down here too. I'm the guy from the fence in home improvement again. Look at that. Gilroy was here. Let's see if I can try to grab the bubble. Anyway,
yeah.
I must confess, my father-in-law once had a Brian May guitar. However, it was left-handed, so I couldn't really enjoy playing it. I was trying to play it upside down, but I don't know if I'm sure you're familiar with Brian May's guitar. It has all those switches.
Yeah, the red specials.
Yeah, the red special with all the switches and all. I must confess, man, that thing got a lot of tones and stuff with all them switch flipping things you got. And but
yeah, because you got phase phase change. I can't remember the actual name of it, but coil tapping, coil splitting, all kinds of things down that line, and then adding in various capacitors and resistors to change the tone or change the intensity of how the tone changes. All kinds of weird circuitry. You used to find a lot of that in Guitar Player magazine. It's crazy. The 80s was a very weird time.
What do you think, John? Would you play a beast like this?
Oh, sure, why not?
Yeah. I
kind of lovely wood, and it's almost the shape of a BC Rich Eagle, which I love. And it's got the heart cut out at the bottom. So yeah, it's a nice brass work.
Man, neck
beautiful
through
piece.
Neck through.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, that looks like true neck through. No, it is a bolt on or a set neck. Right behind the neck pickup is where the end of the neck joint is. It joins up at the three pieces. The three walnut pieces, it looks like. Still, or that could be an illusion too. No, that's what it seems to be. Still,
I was wondering what the plate is there.
Beautiful
At the base of
piece.
the neck. Maybe the truss rod under that plate. See
yeah, I forgot about that. That could be. So that could be a true neck through. Yeah, you're right. That probably is.
Yeah, that looks more like coppery or something to me.
Yeah, and it's wide enough that you can fit an Allen wrench in there to do the adjustment.
Well, I'm thinking too, based on the width of it, it probably that and how wide that's a 5-string bass, that might have a double truss rod in there. I was thinking
It's
maybe
possible, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice piece, though. Somebody went to a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I mean, aside of all the knobs, it is a pretty beautiful guitar.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So as long as we're talking tunes, I was watching some videos this week, and I remembered how great of a guitar player one Steve Lynch is. So I was going through my CDs, and I thought I'd break these out. And John, do you remember these here? These here bad boys.
Oh, yeah. Almost got to see them in I almost got to see them in Wilkes-Barre, and the crowd got a little out of control. Yeah.
Look at this one. Now this sucks, man. Look, they put the sticker right over the best part of the cover.
Yeah.
Anyway. But anybody remember the band Autograph?
Turn up.
I remember when
radio.
Yeah, man. I was a little kid, a little impressionable kid, and I remember that came on MTV. And you remember that Turn Up the Radio video?
Yep.
I think they were even promoting because I just watched it this week, and they were the video for Turn Up the Radio.
Yeah.
They were signing in because the name of the album, their first album, is called Sign In Please. Yeah. And I thought it was a really cool move that back in the day, the paperweight mechanical pencil was, I guess, a new thing back then.
Yeah.
If you watch the video for Turn Up the Radio, they're signing in the beginning, and they keep showing the paperwork. Speaking of product placement, they're showing the paperwork mechanical pencil and stuff. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
And there's another great song off of here, too, that I love. You know, people think they're a one-hit one. I guess for all intents and purposes, they were. But they did have a lot of other great songs. And matter of fact, there's a really killer song on here. It starts this album called Send Her to Me.
Yeah.
I think it's a great tune, you know? And the thing of it was back in the day of metal, you know, the earlier days of metal, when everyone was dark, and that's great. I have nothing against dark stuff. You know, I love the darkness, right?
Right.
But Autograph was more kind of up tempo and I don't know, a little more feel good. And now what I noticed was like when people talk about guitar virtuosos from back in the day, you never heard the name Steve Lynch brought up. And I mean, he was doing all kind of crazy tapping and all kind of killer stuff and stuff. Like, and he never really got the recognition that he deserves. So
yeah. Well, there's a little bit of a side story to that concerning the guitar that he was playing. Because I think it was Guild was the brand he was playing, and it was a very bizarre body shape with that horn that came down and then back up at an angle. And I can't remember the model number, but people hated that guitar.
I don't even remember that one. The one from the videos now, to me, that looked like a Jackson or a Charvel. And he had a really cool thing going there where I think in Turn Up the Radio was white with a red stripe, and I think in Send Her to Me it was black with the yellow stripe, but they're both identical, and it kind of had the heartbeat stripe going through it, if you remember the heartbeat. And that was a really cool, that was a really iconic guitar too. I mean, he should have stuck with that and ran with that, you know, because it's kind of right up there with, like, you could put that right next to Eddie Van Halen's guitar and it would look at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so 80s, and because you remember, you know, late 80s, early 90s especially, man, everybody was putting like the heartbeat pinstripe on their cars and everything.
Right.
And even nowadays, Alice Cooper's guitar player, Nita Strauss, she's an Ibanez player, and she has her own, I think it's the Jita, it's called, her model guitar.
Yeah.
And I can't believe no one really ever thought to do it before. Her inlay is like the heartbeat.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, every fret that needs marked is the beat, you know, and I thought that was a really, really cool idea. I almost want one just because of that.
Clever, very clever.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. And guess what? That's actually, before I even get off of Autograph too, these are the only two CDs I have. I believe they did have a couple more albums after these. This one here was okay. It's not as great. Blondes and Black Cars is really the only song I really remember off this.
Yes, I remember that
too. But So I thought I'd throw that out there before. And you know, the funny thing is as I recall, I'm not a big Aerosmith fan. I don't profess to be. But I'm going to try to pull this out without ripping it. Didn't they have an album with something similar to this on it? Like
Yeah.
a Mechanical Woman or something?
Yeah, I saw the cover last night in somebody's video.
Because I remember making a meme years ago
Yeah.
that compared the two. It had this cover and the
Yeah.
Aerosmith cover, and I think the meme said something to the effect. I should have found it tonight to show it, but it said something like Autograph was more influential than you realize, or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Aerosmith totally ripped them off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they did Mechanical Woman first, and
yeah, and then they sold out and worked with Run DMC.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the 70s Aerosmith. But the 80s, not so much.
I'll be honest, I was never big on Aerosmith. There are a couple songs that like I think are okay, but I don't know. I got to take Aerosmith in small doses because to me,
Right.
they're like the original Nickelback to me. I don't know. Everything sounds the same. And I don't mean to disrespect Steven Tyler. He has a phenomenal voice. His range is incredible, but I don't know. All that embellishing that he does. I mean, it's kind of akin to like stuff like Whitney Houston does and Mariah Carey with the, it's like,
yeah,
you know, it's like I like shredding on guitar. Okay, I like shredding.
Yeah.
But there's also a point where it's too much.
Yeah.
Right. John, pinch harmonics. There's a point where it's too much.
Zach
Steven
Wild.
Tyler is too much. It's too much. He doesn't know when to stop with the embellishments and stuff.
Yeah. And you know, Aerosmith in the 70s was blues-based, hard rock, and Walk This Way, and Sweet Emotion, things like that. They had the ultimate power ballad from that time in Dream On, and they had what the hell was Toys in the Attic. After Joe Perry left, they had Night in the Ruts, I think it was, with Joey Crespo. There's a song called When Lightning Strikes. It's really good. It's a very short song, though. It's only like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, something like that. A really good song, great riff, great attitude. But a lot of the stuff in the 90s or 80s and 90s especially was just, you know, too poppy and too junk.
You know, and the thing of it, you know, okay, so I was never huge on Aerosmith. Yeah. Then when they did Dude Looks Like a Lady, that one right there, does nobody listen to the lyrics to that song is my question. Has anyone ever really listened to the he's singing about you know, being in an elevator with a dude that looks like a lady, and he's telling this dude that looks like a lady, remember, to do me all night. She pulled out a gun and tried to blow me away. Are you people not listening to these lyrics is what I want to know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I've always kind of wondered about him.
Yes.
But, you know, it is what it is.
I will say, I do have a soft spot for, of all things, a ballad. I do like the song Angel from what was that, late 80s, maybe. I think I was still in high school.
Yeah, that was late 80s, early 90s.
That was pretty good. But then you have another weird thing where I love the movie Armageddon. Okay. Maybe even something I'll even talk about one of these days on this channel. Because I do like the movie. And if you recall, Aerosmith did the soundtrack to the movie. And there's a really good ballad in that too. However, in the movie, it gets played with like a sensual scene with his daughter between her and Ben Affleck in the movie. And so like it's like I can't, you know, I don't know. I'm hearing Steven Tyler singing to his daughter. I don't know. Something about Steven Tyler just creeps me out for some reason.
Yeah.
But good singer. I'm not knocking him, but I guess I am in a way. But anyway, there's that. So
yeah. Well, there was the other video where his daughter's portraying a stripper and a lesbian.
See, I don't even know that one. See, it just gets worse, man. This Steven Tyler hole. Let's not talk about Steven Tyler's hole. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Let's just move on. Because I totally set up. I did a good segue there with the Nita Strauss and Alice Cooper thing, because I actually kind of want to talk about Alice Cooper too.
Yeah.
So, for those that aren't aware, yes, Alice Cooper is indeed still kicking, and he does have a. I guess he still has his other band. The other Alice Cooper band with Nita Strauss and 50 other guitar players. Well, I don't understand why, but because Nita could do it all, in my opinion. But anyway, so Alice Cooper has decided to reunite with the original Alice Cooper band from back in the 70s, minus Glenn Buxton because he passed.
Yeah.
But there's a cool thing about that too. I from what I understand, Glenn, before he passed, obviously, recorded a guitar solo for a piece of music, and from what I understand, they were actually able to digitally remove that guitar solo from the cassette and put it on this album. So there's actually a guitar solo. I'm doing this again, John. Why am I doing this when I come on YouTube? But there's
a plane coming, and you want to make sure he turns the right way.
Yes, that should be my job, I guess. Give me those like orange flashlights. I need those orange flashlights.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, they were actually able to pull that Glenn Buxton solo off of this cassette and put it on the new album. So there's a guitar solo played posthumously. How the hell you say that? Posthumously by Glenn. But yes, even my buddy, who I've talked about in the past, Michael Bruce, is back, and he actually even sings a song on this album because he was always a big writer and contributor to. Listen, I kind of knock Mike Bruce for those that weren't here for it. When I was a teenager, young impressionable teenager, I met him, and I thought I would impress him by playing the song "I'm 18." And I played it like a metalhead would play it, and he proceeded to take my guitar off me, tell me this is how you play it, and then he told me my guitar sucks. So he hurt my fragile little teenage feelings. But anyway, he's pretty damn good on this album. I'll give him that. The song he sings is a song called, where the hell I wrote it down? I swear I wrote it down. Oh, Famous Face. Famous Face is the song that he sings. And surprisingly, he sounds a lot like Alice Cooper. I'm wondering, I think Alice kind of has a history of not really cursing in his songs. And especially now, in the last couple of decades, it's been more religious. It does say shit. It does say shit in this song. So maybe that's why he sang it. It's weird. I thought it was weird that Alice let somebody else sing a song on his album. But so anyway,
Snortopupus is heading to bed. Good night, Snort.
Oh, shoot. Yes, he is. Thank you, Brother John. Snorty says, sadly, it's time for this old bear to head bedward. Take care, every human. You too, buddy. You too. Thanks for being here. Always better having you here than not. But you have a good night, buddy. Try not to eat too many, tacos. Too many soft tacos before you go to bed. Yeah. So, wait, what is this here? It's like what they did with the newest Beatles song, Now and Then.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was that?
Tell me, school me. I think it was John Lennon's lyric they managed to salvage from a track. Or it might have been a semi-completed track that they finished. I forget what the name of the album was, but that was 1990s. I think it was. Might have been 2000s. But
that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's nice when you can do something like that.
I've never been. How do I say it? I can't say I'm not a fan of the Beatles because I do like a lot of their stuff. I don't know much about the Beatles.
Yeah,
I've been learning more. I've been trying to learn more because everyone I listen to, John, Gene Simmons has said many times on record that they wanted to become the heavy metal Beatles. So I've tried to appreciate the Beatles. I'm learning more over the last couple of years, and actually, I owe some credit to Disney. Shh, don't tell them. Because at one point, when I was watching The Mandalorian, okay, I still despise Disney. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who aren't aware, I did watch The Mandalorian season 1, 2, and 3. And what I would do was get like a prepaid card. I'd get a subscription, watch The Mandalorian, binge watch anything else I wanted to get, so that was it. When the card was done, my membership was done, and blah, blah, blah. Because I don't want to support the mouse any more than humanly possible. But at one of those points, one of the seasons of The Mandalorian was out, and Disney put out that, what was it called? They did a movie. not Let It Be. Anyway, it was their last album. What was their last album called, John?
I can't remember offhand.
Anyway, you guys, if you're a Beatles fan,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. Disney did they
Yeah.
were recording them while they were making their last album or whatever, and it led to that concert on the rooftop and everything.
Right.
And so, see, this is how little I know about the Beatles. People are probably going to watch this on a replay because I see we only have 2 people watching us now, but
Yeah.
people are going to watch it on a replay and be screaming at the screen. It's like, you jackass, it's this. How can you not know that song? But honestly, I forget. But
Yeah.
get back,
Me
get
too.
back, get back.
Oh, yeah.
I remembered. I ate. My brain works. It's just slow. Work with me, people. I have brain damage.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I said we only have 2 people watching, and 2 more people came in. That's kind of magic in it.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'm trying to learn more about the Beatles. I'm speaking of Let It Be. I do love the song. And for those unaware, there's a version I listen to a lot that's not by the Beatles.
Right.
And you're going to find this weird, but it's very good. Okay. So I guess it's pretty obvious I'm a fan of Boba Fett. And Tamora Morrison has played Jango Fett and Boba Fett now. Well, you may not know this, but Tamora is also a singer. And he has some albums and stuff. And he did a cover of the Beatles' Let It Be. And I love that cover. Yeah. He has a beautiful voice in that song.
Nice.
And I listen to his version of Let It Be quite often. So check that out. But so okay, before we get too
What is his name?
Tamora Morrison. Temura. Morrison, just like Jim Morrison. Only doesn't sound like Jim Morrison.
Thank God.
Well, see, I like Jim Morrison's voice. I just can't stand the Doors. I think it's JRC99US.
Yeah.
We've talked about this on Twitter because he can't stand Jim Morrison's voice. But honestly, I like Jim Morrison's voice. It's the organ. It's the organ that just I can't stand it. Like every time I discuss the Doors, I have to bring up a term my mom used to use quite frequently: the heebie-jeebies. Okay.
Yeah.
That organ gives me the heebie-jeebies. It's just like my skin starts crawling. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. And I never liked Jim Morrison's voice. He sounded too much like too many teachers I had.
Well,
too grown up.
That could be. Oh, okay. So Tim says Let It Be was their last album, but the movie is called Get Back. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. See, I'm just learning, and you're teaching. You're teaching me. So.
Yep. And me too.
We got a dolphin in the chat. It hasn't popped up. I see it on YouTube. And in about 10 minutes, I'll get it up here. Okay, there it is. See, that's the delay that I have between YouTube.
Hi, Raymond.
It'd be nice if it was the other way around, and I get it on Livestream first, and not, but I actually see it on YouTube first. But hail to the dolphin in the chat.
Definitely.
But anyway, so we're getting off on tangents tonight, aren't we? But I just want to throw 2 Alice Cooper CDs out. I don't mean I want to throw them out in the garbage. I want to throw them out to you guys because I have several Alice Cooper's older stuff and all too. But one Alice Cooper era that gets glossed over that I love is, I kind of call it the heavy metal Alice Cooper. There was a heavy metal era of Alice Cooper. Now, being a fan of Friday the 13th, I have to bring this one up, Constrictor. Okay, just simply because this was essentially the soundtrack to Friday the 13th Part 6.
Yep.
This also includes He's Back, The Man Behind the Mask, the theme song that he did for Friday the 13th Part 6 because he knows the director. And yes, and even in the song, he managed to work into the song. So it's worth it just for that. However, one of my favorite Alice Cooper albums of all time, one that always gets shit on, and it lights me up, is this. This is a little album called, try not to get the glare on the thing. Yeah. This is a little album called Raise Your Fist and Yell. Okay.
Didn't know about that one.
I have seen over the years, many times, when people bring up what is the ugliest album cover of all time, people say this. I love this. I love this cover.
Yeah.
Raise Your Fist and Yell. I mean, it's anyway, but this album is killer. Kane Roberts is also an underrated guitar player. Is he?
Yeah.
Is he maybe in my top 40 even? Probably not, but he's still a very good guitar player. And a lot of people didn't take him seriously because the video from this, and one of the best songs on here too, is a song called Freedom. Man, does it kick ass. It's the opener on it. What a way. He rips your face right off, right from the very beginning with this album with the song Freedom. But in the video for the song Freedom, Kane Roberts looks a lot like Rambo. And he actually, he ran with it because he even had a guitar that looked like an M16 and stuff.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
Really big muscle head, and he really resembled Rambo. So a lot of people didn't take it seriously. But he is a very good guitar player, and this is a very, very good album in my opinion. If you like metal, and you want to hear Alice Cooper doing metal, this is it right here, folks. And there's a song on here, even like there's a ballady song called Gale, okay? And, you know, people thought it was great when Guns N' Roses and many bands after that did those songs about, they were like a ballad, but it was about, you know, unaliving your girlfriend and stuff like that and, you know, burying her in the backyard. There's a song on here called Gale where he's saying about, you know, he wonders how the bugs remember Gail, you know, like living in her skeletal jail. It's about the bugs that are in her corpse in the ground. You know, it's weird. This is Alice Cooper, like the weird Alice Cooper you love, only metalized. So definitely, man. Listen to some metal Alice Cooper. Raise your fist and yell. Raise your fist and yell, folks. And make sure you raise your fist and yell while you're listening to it. So I just wanted to put that out there. I just grabbed, like I said, a stack of CDs here because I wasn't here last week. I couldn't throw some tunes at you and stuff like that. But
Raymond says he has Rennie Allen Tyron here as his guests, but thought he would pop in and say hi. Cool.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, hell, Rennie and Tyron, man. Long time no see.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, okay. As long as we're still on the music topic, I thought I'd bring this up. Like I said, I had a bunch of stuff. I have so much stuff saved to the computer. I was going to make videos throughout the week. But before we get off the music thing, allow me to share my screen one more time here.
Sure.
And let's talk about this. Okay. So, I don't know if anyone is familiar with the band The Offspring. I'm not the world's biggest fan. You guys know I'm an Ibanez guy, right? And when I find out people play Ibanez, I tend to just give them a listen just to see what they're about. So I did check out The Offspring. They're kind of okay. They're more of a rocky, punky type thing. Not really my flavor. Not something I listen to every day. Yeah. But I thought this was pretty trippy, this article. So I was going to do a video on it. We'll just do it here live. So, because sometimes it's better doing it live, because then you folks get to hear the unedited version and all my uhs and blunders and everything live as we go. So here we go. So, how science led to the creation of this rock band's biggest song ever. Along with being a musician, one iconic band's lead singer is also a scientist. Bet you guys didn't know that, which led him to a miraculous day in the lab when the idea for a hit song emerged. Truly, a band never knows when the idea for a song will strike. That's true, man. I had some ideas come at the weirdest time. Some acts, like the hit-making All-American Rejects, would do different retreats to try to spark ideas. So, however, others just go about their days until a moment of inspiration occurs. The main thing many artists strive to do is simply get something penned down. The reality is that while they may have a good feeling, there is no telling what the next major song will be, reaching over 1 billion streams on platforms such as Spotify. The other miraculous part of this scientific story is that the song remains relevant decades later. While some songs bands refuse to play after years of performing them, this is one that has stuck around. No matter where the band goes in the world, there's a tune that their fans clamor for each night and was created on one random day in a lab. So you probably never hear the song the same again, thinking it was created in a lab. So you got to keep them separated as the song. So it says, while being a musician may seem like it takes all of someone's time, many people in the industry have other interests. For some, they're hobbies, while others pursue them wholeheartedly. The lead singer, ask Bruce Dickinson about that. But the lead singer of The Offspring, Dexter Holland, is one who took his passion to the highest level, going to school and earning his PhD in molecular biology. How about that?
Yeah.
Working in this field is something he has done for decades, as he has climbed the ranks of education, studying the craft. Being in this field might seem like every day. Being in this field might seem like every day consists of wild experiments and events, but that's not the case. While speaking with the Zach Sang show, Holland opened up about his typical day in the lab, saying, they think it's all crazy experiments and boiling potions and stuff. That's what I always imagine. But you're actually in there washing freaking petri dishes, and everything has to be so sterile. It was this kind of close caution that Holland and his exercising the day he worked with goo-like material that he had to pour into multiple petri dishes. He realized that they were too close together, which caused them to give off too much heat. He then shared the thought that went through his mind when he realized this was happening, saying, "That's why they're not cool enough. I've got to keep them separated." So the song is about keeping petri dishes separated. I was always wondering. I remember hearing the song. I remember back in the day. I was like, "Is that like a racist thing, or what are we talking about keeping them separated?" But it's petri dishes, folks. Calm down.
Yeah.
He says after mulling it over, he realized that the line fit into the song he was writing. The line "I've got to keep them separated" stuck with him. After mulling it over, he realized that the line fit into the song he was writing. It was that. Why did they repeat? Maybe this is MSN. I should probably try to find something different, but they're so one-sided in their stuff. I get lots of videos out of it, but they repeat stuff a lot. It's not me, folks. Anyway, it was then added, giving the tune a special flair. From there, they refined it, and "Come Out and Play" was created later, titled "Come Out and Play, Keep Them Separated." I didn't realize it was "Come Out and Play," wasn't it? "Come Out and Play."
Yeah.
That's a Twisted Sister song. Should have just stuck with "Keep Them Separated." Not even done that. Yeah. So anyway, of course, the song was included in the Offspring's third studio album, Smash, which was released in April 1994. The band had released some quality work previously. Honestly, I never heard them before that, but this record took their career to the next level. After its debut, it reached number 4. I'm giving them a lot more credit than they deserve on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the Heatseekers album chart. Okay, so they got number 1 there. In addition to "Come Out and Play," which this is again, "Keep Them Separated." That's my mind just goes right to Twisted Sister. Anyway, in addition to "Come Out and Play," there were 13 other tracks on the record. Some of the standouts were "Gotta Get Away" and "Self-Esteem." I did like "Self-Esteem," I gotta say. Even now, I occasionally hear it on the radio. And that song's kind of it's nerdy but cool in a way.
Yeah.
So I do dig it. The latter was even nominated for an MTV Europe Music Award for Best Song, as it became a worldwide sensation. This further helped the album rise in popularity, and subsequently, the band did too. When examining a collection of this many great songs, it is reasonable to wonder where they all come from. Yeah, now of course we are. Now after the biggest song came from the lab. Now I want to know where it came from.
Yeah, it came from Dexter's lab.
Dexter's lab. Oh yeah, man. How did I not think of that, man? I'm bummed at myself.
Yeah.
Dexter's Laboratory. Of course it did.
Yeah.
But of course, "Come Out and Play" has its own story, but the others could have been born from similar situations. During the interview with the Zach Sang show, again, another plug for them, Dexter Holland opened up, Dexter's Lab. Now I'm hearing why didn't I think of that? John, you beat me.
Or did Dexter's Lab come from that?
I wonder.
Coenky Dink or something more.
The plot deepens.
Yes.
Dexter Holland opened up about his songwriting process, saying, "I actually find that it's a really conductive, well, things do conduct in a laboratory, conducive way to write songs when you're occupied, but your mind isn't really busy." Beyond a mathematical perspective, Holland's answer demonstrates yet another way science can assist in songwriting. It's incredible to see how these artists are able to develop such clever ideas, and even more so, that it can stem from a simple task. What's even better is creating something that stands the test of time. And that's exactly what Smash has achieved. So, all right, we'll let it at that. But I thought that was a cool little thing to discuss. And what the hell happened?
Yeah. There you are. Yeah.
Actually, I did fine. I still have it. I still have the.
Oh, cool.
I still have the damn thing after all these years. But yeah.
What was the song they did that started out with a drum beat and these girls singing "Give It to Me, Baby"?
Give It to Me, Baby.
Yeah,
that one doesn't.
I don't know if it was that album or the later one in '97.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
It had to be the later one because one of the bands I did Lights on Sound for was doing it. It was still hot.
I'm by no means an Offspring expert, but I don't know. To me, that one Give It to Me, Baby doesn't sound like that one was written into a. Oh, maybe it was. Maybe he was asking a lab technician to hand him something. I don't know now. I don't know. Still don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was kind of neat, and like some of the geeky community here that comes here might get a kick out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But so there we got some music covered. Let's see.
Wow.
All right, give me 1 second.
Oh, real quick, where you were talking about Alice Cooper and Glenn Buxton, there's a video on YouTube of the restoration of Glenn Buxton's yellow SG. And the guitar was an absolute wreck, and I think they had to replace the neck on it. But it turned out really well. And I think it's still on YouTube. I saw it about 4 or 5 years ago. But,
very cool.
Pretty neat to watch. And that might have been the guitar there that he played when he played that solo they just did. So interesting to think about.
Yeah, before we get totally off the music topic, I saw something earlier today. I thought I would just give a little shout out for the channel is called Darth's Daily Vlogs. I saw this video.
Oh, yeah.
I usually don't like this stuff, but they did like a CG or an AI video where they perform. It's called Star Wars Epic Queen Parody. Okay, and it's basically a Bohemian Rhapsody, only performed by Anakin Skywalker. And I don't even know how to describe it. It's just something you guys might want to check out. I thought it was kind of fun, kind of neat. I don't usually like the AI stuff and all of that, but this one's pretty neat. So I thought I'd give that a little shout out. But okay, so I guess we'll talk about Batman. Oh wait, before that, I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this, and I'm still not sure I'm going to go full depth or anything. But let me just say, because everyone in our community is talking about the Gina Carano situation. Okay, I actually made 3 separate videos this week. As bad as I was feeling, I made 3 separate videos, and I just wasn't happy with any of them, so I didn't put them out. I just wanted to throw out my little take on the thing. I guess a lot of people are happy about this, and it's understandable. It's nice. I like Gina and stuff, but I'm not as happy as everybody else. I really, this was a victory for Gina for sure. And I don't even know full details, and I don't think anybody does. So that's why I don't know why people even are making videos now when people don't even really know what's going on. But in my opinion, the fans clearly didn't win this one because, there are some scumbags in Lucasfilm and in Disney. We all know that. But I think, like a lot of us, we're kind of hoping that this would result in a lot of those people, getting tossed out of there, and things like that through discovery, like everyone's calling it. But no, that doesn't appear to be happening. So in my opinion, this really wasn't a victory for anyone else because the scumbags are there to scumbag yet another day. You know what I mean? They live to scumbag another day. So it's great that she's getting whatever. I'm sure she's getting a huge chunk of change. But also on another hand, to me, that just says that like her reputation and her dignity just has a price tag on it. You know what I mean? Instead of following through and writing this out to the end. So this is why I didn't do my video. I'm not going to be as upbeat as everybody else because I'm not happy about this. But then I should come to expect these things because not to get political, but I usually end up doing it. And this is kind of a politically motivated thing because Gina was fired because of her. It wasn't because of pronouns. It wasn't because she put beep bop boop in there. We all know that. They tried disguising it as that. It was because of her political views is why she was fired. So I think a lot of people put Gina on this pedestal like she was going to be the Wonder Woman who was going to come in and clean house and be like the save Hollywood and things like that. And I don't know, maybe she still will. I don't know. Hopefully something's going to happen sooner or later. But, again, not to get political, but everything so far this year has really kind of blown, in my opinion. Because first you have like your your Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, all of a sudden, a certain person did kill themselves.
Mhm.
We had Pam Bondi now says, first she said she's releasing certain files, and now she's saying they don't exist. And even the man himself, the guy who's in the White House, I was expecting a lot more from this gentleman. And honestly, I'm not happy. People who didn't vote for this guy tend to call people who did like they say we're in a cult. But a cult is when you follow somebody blindly. When somebody's doing something that ain't good, it ain't good, and I'm not gonna pretend to like it just because I'm getting a smidgen. Do you know what I mean? Like, you got deportations are occurring. All right, that's great. But we also said, if I recall, the Ukraine war was going to be ended in like 24 hours. It's been like 7 months. You know what I mean? The price of food and gas ain't where it should be.
It ain't worse. That's the good part.
But it ain't better either. And let's be honest, it ain't better either. I mean, so it's better, but it ain't great. And then you got stuff like we're supposed to be reducing national debt, and now suddenly we're worried about $280 million ballrooms, paving the roads.
Well, he's the ballroom he's paying for.
Well, regardless, you know what I mean? Paving the Rose Garden, gold leafing the interior of the White House, which looks like shit, by the way. That looks like shit. It's gaudy as fuck. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But okay, I don't. Regardless of who's paying for it, okay. I hate to sound like the other side, but that money could go towards other things. You know what I mean? I don't think we need a ballroom at the White House. The White House is big enough. We can't. I mean, you're talking about a guy who, when it comes to other things, we're just like, we're working deals and we're renovating what we got, and it's, I don't know. I like the big flagpoles. That was cool, but okay, that's we're good now. But anyway, so back to the Gina thing. I'm glad there's maybe some closure in this for her or something like that. But I know if I was her and they did that to me, I would never work for that company again. Never.
Right.
I wouldn't care if they promised me the biggest hit TV show, whatever. Because here's the thing, because this is going to result in something bad. Because if Gina goes back to them, okay, people are going to watch the Gina show, which is going to get clicks and ratings and subscriptions for Disney. You know what I mean? So if she goes back to work for Disney, it's going to help Disney. You know what I mean? So I don't want to, I want to support Gina, but I don't care if it's her show or not. I don't want to watch Disney regardless. So I don't want to support them for any reason. Not even Gina. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. But anyway, for not wanting to really even talk about the subject tonight, I guess I talked a little too much. But
life happens.
Yeah, it happens. But all right. So anyway, Batman. Okay. Now, let me just say first, before I even get into Batman, I'm kind of going backwards because I got to be honest, my favorite superhero is Superman. But I've been kind of holding off talking about Superman because I've been wrestling. I've been doing like an internal wrestling match in my brain. Trying to decide if I want to watch this new Superman. Because I can't stand James Gunn. Like, some of his stuff is cool. I like the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The rest of them suck. The rest of them kind of suck after that. But first of all, his Twitter past aside, you know what I mean? He got fired from Marvel for despicable tweets and things like this. And I knew this was going to happen. A couple years go by, and now he's miraculously back working for the competition, DC. But he's still back. He's got a kick-ass job when he shouldn't even be able to get a job flipping burgers. But anyway, all of that aside, the guy is good at writing like the buddy comedy superhero movies with large ensemble. I don't want my Superman. He doesn't need all these other extravagant things in it. And I guess I've made even a bigger mistake because I've been watching reviews on it and even spoiler ones, and clips are now leaking. They're leaking clips of this movie, and I just saw one where apparently Lex Luthor calls him an alien piece of shit. Like I'm not embellishing that. He said, "You alien piece of shit," in a
Yeah.
Superman movie. Okay, I'm not one that's shy about cursing, and I do like cursing in my movies, but not my Superman movies. I mean,
Yeah.
can we have one wholesome thing? You know, we got Deadpool. Deadpool's rated
Yeah.
R. Put all the F-bombs and everything you want in that. That's fine. Keep the
Yeah.
profanity out of my. I'll never have kids again. I'm getting too old. But I think about parents want to take their little kids to one movie every now
Yeah.
and then that's safe and family friendly and stuff. Don't put
Yeah.
profanity in Superman.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, okay, people are saying this guy looks cool as Superman. I don't see it. To me,
Yeah.
he looks like a guy who'd be walking around Disneyland dressed as Superman. Like
Mm-hmm.
the suit's hanging off him, it doesn't fit right.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look. They didn't do his hair like Superman. Not that Henry Cavill's really resembled Superman's much, but it took me a long time to warm up to Henry.
Right.
And then they fired him. This guy here, I don't know. I've seen clips of him acting. He's definitely not Christopher Reeve.
Right.
Nor was Henry, but he will never be on a level as Christopher Reeve. And now the clips that I'm seeing, and all this extra crap that's in the movie, and Lex Luthor cursing, and all I hear is even Doomcock himself hates how Lex Luthor was played in this movie. So I cannot see me liking it. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and talk about Superman next week or something, and just my love of Christopher Reeve related Superman, wholesome Superman, because that's what I think of when I think Superman. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, from what I understand, they changed it from all these decades, truth, justice, in the American way. Now it's truth, justice, in the human way, from what I understand. Come on. Can't we just not screw with one thing? One thing.
Yeah.
That's it. If there's one thing. Okay, listen, this is how much I love Christopher Reeve's Superman, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep screwing with Star Wars. I don't care anymore. I'm disconnected with that. But stop screwing with my Superman.
Yeah.
All right? Just stop
And
screwing.
I feel the same way. I mean, my Superman was George Reeves because, that's what was on cable at the time, early 70s. And that's what I grew up with. But at the same time, Christopher Reeves, he was the right guy to hand the mantle to. He did a fine job. And they kept his morality pretty much intact. And it was just something, you're right, you could take the kids to without any fear, really. Unlike, a lot of the kids' movies in the 90s. Every single one has to have a poop joke in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, I did my poop music bit 2 weeks ago. And I'm reasonably proud of it.
Superman movie, though.
But this isn't, well, that's the thing. This isn't a kid's show.
Yeah, no.
But for little kids, not everything has to have poop jokes and, people sitting there in Hollywood going, well, children are more sophisticated today. They can handle this. No, they're not. They can't.
No.
That's why society is crumbling.
And listen, the thing of it is they say kids are different nowadays. Not really. Not really. At a young enough age, okay? Listen, when I was a little kid, we didn't have groundbreaking CGI effects and this and I didn't give a damn. I picked up a blanket, put it around my neck, and I was Superman. I didn't need anything but like a blanket. You know what I mean? Because we had imaginations when we were kids. Yeah. Maybe kids don't have imaginations anymore because of all the poop jokes. Did you people ever think of that? Maybe we need to reduce the poop jokes. Sorry, John. I know you're working on poop segments.
It's fine.
But I'm talking about for Superman and mainstream media movies and stuff like that. Maybe cut down on the poop jokes, and maybe kids will be able to pick up a blanket again and pretend to be Superman.
Yeah. Something cool they can do around the house for cheap. It's free fun. Let them have it, And
all right, well, let's not get too much more into Superman, because we'll save that for next week. We'll talk about Superman next week.
Okay.
So this week we'll talk about Batman. And when I talk Batman, John, you're free to discuss any version of Batman, whatever you want to talk about. I just want to get disclaimer real quick. I'm not a comic book guy. It's not. I don't know why. I just never was. I'm more of I need the movie, the action, the stuff like that. I don't know. I guess maybe my imagination wasn't as great. But so I'm not as emotionally attached to the comic books. So I can
Right.
I can appreciate things like the TV show, the Batman TV show, and things like that. And I can't critique it because, oh, that's not true to the thing. So that's fine. If you feel that way, that's fine. I'm just here to discuss, what I like about Batman and this, that, and the other thing. And John,
Right.
I'm hoping you're going to do the same thing. So,
Right.
well, matter of fact, John, I'll let you go first. What
Well,
do
as
you
far
like
as far as the comic books go, I
about?
never
Real quick,
had one.
wait, real quick. SP4H wants us to know that he's here.
Hey there.
No. Okay.
We're calm.
All right, brother.
So
We're just
far.
about to start talking about Batman. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, no, I never had the comic books, but at Boy Scout camp once, I did see one of the kids brought along one of the Batman comic books that had the origin story in it, with his parents getting shot and then him becoming Batman. Yeah, Super Bat. But yeah, that was the only comic book reference I ever really had to work with. The '60s Batman TV show with
Adam
yeah,
West,
that's the guy.
Burt Ward,
And Burt Ward, Julie Newmar, hubba
Julie
hubba.
Newmar. You can't forget Julie Newmar.
Oh yeah, and of course, you had Cesar Romero, you had Burgess Meredith, all these great actors. Vincent Price as Egghead.
Everybody
Victor,
wanted to be on that show.
yeah, Victor Buono as Pharaoh. I
Matter of
forget
fact,
who did Mr. Freeze.
John, correct me if I'm wrong, but as I recall, pretty much every every episode of Batman had like that scene where Batman and Robin were walking up the side of the building. Wasn't that specifically created just so that stars can make a cameo on the show?
Yeah, that was. And it was funny because you're right. Even my dad told me way back, everybody in Hollywood wanted to be on that show because it was so popular. And one, it was fun for them to do. It was a minimal paycheck. I think they got scale for that. But it was just fun to do those cameos. And then to play a full character, all the guys I listed, Frank Gorshin as the Riddler,
he was great as the Riddler.
Oh, he was the benchmark.
Yeah, but at some point though, now I should have brushed up on the TV show leading into this, but wasn't there a point where oh geez, I forget his name now. Gomez Adams. Didn't he
John Astin.
John Astin. Didn't he play in some of as the Riddler too?
At least once.
Yeah, that was
twice, but at least once, yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like there was a huge, I guess maybe because of the year 66, but it seemed like there was a huge kind of Star Trek Batman crossover there. Like
a little bit, yeah.
People were kind of appearing on both shows and things, I think.
Yeah, and the Superman was 1950s, but it was on right after or right before the Batman show. And then I'm trying to remember now. That was on WPIX in New York, I think, Channel 11. And then on WPHL at the same time, or before or after that, was Captain Scarlet, Ultraman, and Johnny Sokka.
Oh, Captain Scarlet, man. That's another one. Oh.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's one I want to go into one of these days.
Yeah, me too. This is the voice of the Mr. Offense.
Yeah. Yeah. And just that theme song, I still remember it's in my head.
Captain Scarlet. Din, 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 din. Yeah, that was a good one. SP48 says it was Batman, it was the Miami Vice of its era.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was fun. It was funny. And it was a little ridiculous, holy this or that Batman.
Yeah.
And some of the leaps in logic they made, with the Riddler and the Joker and all this. I mean, it was ridiculous but fun.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the toys were out. The 6-inch figures, I think they were 6 or 8 inch. And
those Amigos, I think.
Yeah, buddy of mine, Chris Carver, he had every single thing you could have for that. And, his mother was a wealthy hairdresser, so she could afford to buy him damn near anything and everything. But most everything he had was from that show.
It was good knowing people like that, though. I remember, kind of off topic here, but when when me and my nephew were kids, we used to go. He used to live by this one kid named Billy. I still remember Billy. Billy had the Kiss dolls, right?
Yeah.
I never had the Kiss dolls, man. But I'd be like, as soon as I went down to my nephew's house, I'd be like, Billy home. Let's go see. Hey, Billy,
Yeah.
you got them Kiss dolls. So yeah. It's good knowing people had money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't complain. I had like I've always said too. Like I love Masters of the Universe. He-Man will probably be something discussed on here coming up. And but I never really had them because my nephews had them. And it's like when I went to their house, we played with their Masters of the Universe stuff. When they came to my house, we played with my Star Wars stuff. I had the Star Wars stuff. So, but anyway, back to the Batman TV show. Yeah, and then with the women too. Oh, just like Star Trek, man. Some of the best looking women back in the day, like always wanted to be on that show. Man, lucky us for that, right?
Yeah.
Holy
I mean, aside from Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, and Eartha Kitt, right? Yeah.
It's a Bertha.
She took a little getting used to it first because she was more hard edge and abrasive. But after a few viewings, you start to get used to her and you start to get the feel for who she is. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, that voice that she did, it was so that was kind of more Catwoman, the voice. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
And you had what's her name played Batgirl. It was also the Green Girl on that episode of Star Trek.
Oh, what the hell's her name? I got Jane Badler on the brain. That's not it.
No. An hour ago I could have told you what it was.
Yeah, I totally forget it because all I can think of, like, my mind's just going right to Lee Merriweather.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned Lee Merriweather, but yeah.
But yeah, you had her, and you had a whole lot of young actresses who were, were just breaking into the industry and getting their first TV spot or what have you. And some of the older actresses, I forget who it was, played Ma Parker. And she would pull the bomb out of her hair when she's adjusting a hairpin and things like that. Weird stuff.
Oh, geez, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, that was a very low-rated one, as far as I remember. I only saw it twice, but I think it was Shelley Winters, but I could be wrong on that. But a lot of these young girls that came on there were just awesome. And of course, you had Alan Napier as the butler,
Alfred,
and
Alfred Pennyworth.
I never knew who Alan Napier was until years and years later. Turner Classic Movies comes around, and here's all these movies that he was guest starring in or supporting cast. One of the best is The Uninvited. He plays a doctor in it, and it's a great ghost story. Ray Milland was in it, and a very tragic actress, Gail Russell. She became an alcoholic and died way too early. But beautiful girl, great actress. But a lot of these guys, I never knew who they were before Batman. Cesar Romero was a leading man going way back. Burgess Meredith, character actor from way back.
That was always weird, though, how Cesar Romero refused to shave his mustache off, and you could see it through the makeup. That was
and
weird.
That never occurred to me. That's what was there, because maybe it was the black and white TV I had or whatever. I never really noticed.
So, movies now. Okay, I remember I was at the right age. I was in high school when Michael Keaton got selected to be Batman. And I was kind of like, Michael Keaton, because I knew him from Mr. Mom. I remember my mom watching the movie Mr. Mom, and I was like, this guy's going to be Batman. But I loved the Tim Burton Batman movie. That was actually the first two. I love both Michael Keaton ones. I can live with the Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer was pretty good. I thought he was a really kind of more of a better Bruce Wayne than a Batman. But I think the world is pretty much in agreement that the George Clooney Batman was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's probably the worst.
I didn't like that one at all.
that's probably the worst version of Batman ever, and
Yeah.
that's saying something because I didn't particularly like the latest Batman either. The what the hell's his name? The vampire. I
Didn't
can't think
see
of his name.
that one.
Pattinson, the Pattinson Batman one. That
Oh.
movie right there, I don't know. That movie, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like 10 times longer than what it is. And it's almost like 3/4 of the movie is one movie. And then the end of the movie is like a disaster movie or something. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't really care for the last Batman movie.
Yeah.
However, some Batman movies that I absolutely love and are right up there, are the Dark Knight
Yeah.
movies. Batman Begins is
Mhm.
pretty good.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Rises is I really love The Dark Knight Rises, but The Dark Knight. So I can't even put into words how much I love The Dark Knight. And it's not because of this guy. I love The Dark Knight because of Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
I always say, man, I don't even care that Batman's in that movie. I watched that movie to see the Joker. Now,
Yeah.
that was one where I heard the rumble. Everybody was talking about how great Heath Ledger was as the Joker. So I didn't even bother. I didn't go to see it in the movies. I was like, there's no way he's going to live up to this hype that everybody's saying about how great he is. And believe me, I went into this biased because he had done that Brokeback Mountain movie, right? So I
Yeah.
was aware of this Now I loved Heath Ledger in The Patriot. The Patriot, the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot,
Yeah.
is also one of my all-time favorite movies. And I loved
Mhm.
Heath in that. But when he did that Brokeback Mountain movie,
Yeah.
I went into The Dark Knight wanting to hate him, and that's how great his performance was as a Joker. When I finally saw it, I was like, "Oh man, I missed out. This is great. I love it. Like it really was game changing."
Oh yeah.
I did love Jack Nicholson as the Joker,
Yeah.
but man, Heath Ledger just emphasized how much Jack Nicholson was just being Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger is a whole nother character. Heath Ledger is the Joker, and
Yeah.
I guess I'm probably biased forever now because I didn't like the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, the
Right.
first one. I haven't even bothered to see the second one because, first of all, as soon as they announced that Lady Gaga was going to be in it, I knew it was going to be trash.
Yep.
And I heard it is. I heard it's like a musical, like they're singing and dancing. So I don't even want to see that.
Right.
The Joker movie, the first one, I get it. A lot of people like it. To me, that felt like it could have been a good movie. It would have been a really great movie about some psychotic person.
Mhm.
And at the last minute, they just went, "Oh, let's make him the Joker." Because is that even really the Joker? Because his name is Arthur Fleck in that.
Yeah.
Not Jack Napier or it's
Yeah.
So is that even really the Joker? I don't know. I don't know that whole thing. I only ever watched it once or twice. I'm just not a fan. And in what's that guy's name? The one that played in Suicide Squad. I've disconnected my brain from it.
Yeah, the
30
guy
Seconds
with the
to Mars
cult.
guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the guy
See,
with the cult.
I came prepared for this live stream. See? No, but you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking. Jared Leto.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
jeez. If there's a template for how not to do the Joker, that's it. Right there.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
that is not the Joker at all.
Yeah. What I saw of it on YouTube, I hated.
I mean, I do like the Suicide Squad movies, especially the first one, but man, he is just like the worst thing about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, Margot
And
Robbie as Harley Quinn, that was cool. She was cool. Now that's a whole nother story.
Oh yeah.
So it's like she's really cool as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Jared Leto sucks really bad as the Joker. But back to the Dark Knight though. Holy crap, what a movie. I still can't believe when people out there say they've never seen the Dark Knight. John, you've seen the Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I know I talked to more people than I would believe that say they never saw the Dark Knight. But man, what a movie! What a movie!
Yeah.
So
And there's a little confusion going for me with that series. Is I remember they ran at least one of them on TV on a particular night. There may have run all three because they were just melding into one another, so to speak, and I couldn't tell which was which. And whatever I was watching had the Heath Ledger, but also had the Scarecrow. And I don't know if that was an earlier movie, but they
The Dark
just
Knight.
had a commercial and here you are.
Okay, so the Scarecrow was a spillover from Batman Begins. It was only in the very beginning, really, in the very beginning of the Dark Knight with the Joker. So, yeah, I guess that was kind of just to kind of put some closure on that part of the first movie.
Okay, yeah, because that went on for hours and hours. You know, this whole playing of Batman movies that night. I forget what network it was. Probably they did just a whole bunch of them. But yeah, but I mean, the Heath Ledger, I was kind of blown away by that because it was not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
In many ways, and in other ways, it was. Well, wait a minute. We used to have a logical reason why he was what he was, and now it's just something up here is really loose. You know.
Well, right from the very beginning of that movie, how it starts with the Joker, and you don't even get to see his face until well into the movie, but how he has all of his guys taking out the other ones, one by one, knocking each other off, increasing his payday. I was like, that's genius. That's genius. This is going to be a good movie. I knew right from, see, sometimes you just, right from the beginning of a movie, you know it's going to be great. And that's one of those movies. It's like, he's already going to be a genius character. This is great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And a little bit of, as you say, genius in the portrayal was that scene where he's blowing up the hospital dressed as a nurse. And I don't know if it was accidental or if the crew did it on purpose. When he pushed the button thing, it wouldn't blow up. And he kept looking back and seeing, you know, what the hell? And he's playing with the button and stuff, keeping in character. And then the crew blows it up and you get that beautiful reaction from him.
My understanding was that was a technical. Did I just freeze? I think I just froze. My understanding was that was a technical glitch. That was a technical glitch that they left in the movie. And that,
yeah,
yes, that is a great scene. That is
beautifully done.
Yeah.
And
I mean, almost
you know, you hear these. Yeah. Well, you hear the stories of how, you know, the role affected him and led to his death and all this. And 50% Hollywood lore, 50% it could be true. I don't know. But he put so much into that, it had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah. So many good lines, too, in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorites is, too, when he's goes to the hospital. Before that scene you were just talking about, he goes into the hospital disguised as a nurse, and he's talking to what would become Two-Face, Harvey Dent. And he says, "I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do with it if I got one." You know what I mean? It's just great. There's so many great lines in that movie.
Yeah. Do I look like a man with a plan?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wild.
So I do have a few things. I don't have, you know, and looking at some of my stuff, looking at what Batman things I have even less Superman things. I really don't have much of anything of Superman, surprisingly, aside of maybe DVDs and stuff like that. But I mean, really with Superman, I don't know. I do have a shirt, you know. I mean, there's really nothing to collect. Where Batman, you got like the Batmobile and you got things like that. So I guess it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But I do have a few things I figured I'd show off here. Not much. I mean, I do have like all the movies and stuff, but I figured I won't even bother. I won't even bother showing those off, you know, DVDs. I have a couple of things like, let's see. How did he do this here? So I have a lot of like animated stuff. Of course, like, you know, the animated series, and I have tons and tons of cartoons. But I just wanted to pop this one up. This one, highly recommended. Justice League Doom. This one here, well, let me read the back of it if I can.
Yeah.
So the synopsis is, the Justice League consists of Earth's finest superheroes and protectors of humanity. But in the mind of the Dark Knight, it contains potentially the most dangerous people on the planet. Over time, Batman has compiled a top-secret contingency plans should any of them go rogue. When these files are stolen by a rising group of supervillains, the Justice League embarks on a collision course that will test the very fabric of its alliance. And of course, the great Kevin Conroy voiced Batman in this. So This is really cool. Him and Batman and Superman going at odds because Batman's got
Yeah.
a plan just in case Superman turns bad and stuff like that. So highly. I think this is from 2012, so it's not really that old. But this is a good one. That's a good one as far as the that stuff goes. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I have all kind of stupid stuff like just bracelets, and I think this was like I forget if I got this at Burger King or this is like Michael Keaton Batman era.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was like the cup I had in the beginning, the mug. It's like it's like an antique now. Who would have thought? I got this when I was in high school, and now I'm saying it's an antique. Man, that's how old I am.
Yeah.
But speaking of antiques, I couldn't believe I just found these right before the show. I was like, I know they're still kicking around here somewhere. Now, what I'm about to show you, they're really scuffed up and all, but these were loved by yours truly as a little tiny kid. We'll save the best for last. But I mean, people our ages probably all had the corgis, little corgis in the day.
I remember those.
There's a little penguin car, and of course, the old Batmobile, man. It's missing half its paint, and I always thought it was weird that they put Batman in there.
Yeah.
But no Robin, which was weird to me.
Well, cutting costs. Is that the Hot Wheels version?
This is Corgi.
That is Corgi. Okay.
Corgi Juniors, actually.
But all right, they were the same size as Hot Wheels. Close too.
Yeah, 1/64th. But I do have some Hot Wheels. Speaking of which, I guess we'll get into the Hot Wheels stuff. Now this is more modern stuff, but every now and then I don't really collect Hot Wheels anymore. But if I see something kind of neat, like the Bat Pod from the Dark Knight, that's a Dark Knight related one. I have the I don't know what the hell is this called. The Bat. It's just the Bat. It's like that hover, like helicopter-y thing from the beginning of the Dark Knight.
Nice.
And just stupid things like, every now and then I'll just see, if I see variations, like this one kind of has the old school Hot Wheel wheels on it.
Yeah.
And if they're just like variants or something, I might pick up a Batmobile. I think these all just have different wheels and stuff. But now I hope this one, well, hold on, before I show the next thing. I found these two right before the show. I still have these. These are McDonald's back in the day from Batman Returns, Michael Keaton. I still have this, complete with, man, my light's really washing it out. It's like a lime green, the lid. And of course, you had to have.
The
Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman too, man. We forgot to discuss her. I have a little keychain somewhere of her, like in that bodysuit and everything, like a little rubber thing. I couldn't find it. And maybe if I find it next week or something, I'll try to pop it on. But I still have these. So these are, maybe 90, whenever the movie came out. Still have those. All right. So before I get into, these are actually the last couple things I have are like super cool. So I'm so excited. I hope this one shows up on camera. It's going to be difficult to show on camera. But speaking of Hot Wheels, so just like the A-Team van, when I got word, because I used to be such a die-cast, especially 1/18th scale, the bigger ones, die-cast nerd. I used to keep up on like all the new news and stuff.
Right.
So I knew about these things before they were coming out. And when I heard that they were doing, Hot Wheels was doing a Batmobile, I knew I wanted to get one. However, right before it's released, they announced there would be 3 versions. There would be the regular, like what you probably find in Walmart. There would be an elite version, and then there would be a super elite version of the Batmobile. And I want, being a collector, I like, detail, and I really wanted the super elite version. And when it came out, it was I can't remember what the price was, but it was way up there. I mean, it was like, and I've paid some ridiculous prices for die-cast cars, but this was super ridiculous. So it was out for, because I couldn't settle. I wasn't going to get the regular version. And I didn't want the elite version, knowing there was a super elite version out there in the world. So I was just like, I guess I'm just not getting a Batmobile. But eventually, I guess they weren't, a lot of people felt like I did. They're like, I love the Batmobile. I love Hot Wheels. I love die-cast cars in general, but I'm not paying that. So they did reduce the price. Now it was still more than I wanted to pay. I forget what it was, but it was still ridiculous, but it wasn't the super elite ridiculous price. So I did get check this out. I don't know if it's going to show up because, unfortunately, where the other ones had window boxes, the
Yeah.
Super Elite came in this thing. Now,
Oh, wow.
it does open, but no. Spoiler alert.
Mm.
I'm a GM guy, right? And I always trash Fords, but I do have a soft spot for, yes, the 1966 Batmobile.
Yeah.
Started life as a concept Lincoln Futura.
Yeah.
And it was done by the great George Barris, who has done the Munsters, which is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I do have some Munster cars in 1/19 scale, so eventually we'll talk Munsters too. But anyway, enough of that. Enough rambling. This is the Super Elite Batmobile, and I hope it shows up on camera. But
nice.
So yeah, this
is.
Wish I could get in there because without the
you can see it.
Shot, but yeah, I mean it has the Bat phone, it has like everything's like labeled in there too, like all the nonsense, Bat phone, Bat radio, Bat jets, all that crap.
Very sweet.
But yeah, and I see bro Andy Masterson is in the chat, and he popped in at a good time, Andy. We're talking.
Hey, Andy.
We got to the toy port. Well, I'm a collector. This isn't a toy. This is a diecast collectible. That's how I justified it when I paid this much with the ex-wife, but it's a collectible. It will be worth a lot of money down the road. But yes, so the Chevy guy does. I actually have a couple Fords in my diecast collection. Let's just say that.
Well,
this is. I mean, how can you not have the '66 Batmobile? God damn it! How can you not have the 1966 Batmobile? It's one of the coolest cars ever fashioned and customized. So,
and there is a movie on that car that has that car in it before George Barris got his hands on it.
Yeah, wasn't it white originally?
It was. I think it was a gold or a green, like that one guitar you have.
Maybe I probably just saw a black and white picture.
It's been years since I've seen it. Oh, wait, FKHC sent you a new meme. Maybe he can look up that movie real quick. He seems to have his fingers on the research buttons a lot of times, so he's a good guy. But
yeah, he's like Art the Goddess.
Yeah, and I can't remember who was in that movie. God, that was a long time ago. Oh, wow.
Colby's DNA results came in. He's 100% canine, 32% pit bull, 30% American Staffordshire, 8% German Shepherd, 8% boxer, and 10 other breeds. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Well done. Well done. His
awesome.
His mom was she was a trooper. But Anyway, before I make myself small again, because I can't stand seeing myself big, especially with me full screen. Just two more things to show. Like I said, of course I have all the DVDs and stuff, but there's only two things I really want to show her. Got to just give a shout out to the movie. I mean,
the
movie. I mean, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. You know what I mean?
Yep. Best scene in the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, geez, this movie. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, check this out. But no, I don't have many Blu-rays. Well, I do have I tend to pick. Well, I don't think you can get them anymore, but I used to grab the Blu-ray DVD combo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blu-rays just I don't know. Blu-rays were always the talking, the dialogue is really quiet, and the action sequences are super duper loud and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And living where I do, it was difficult to watch Blu-rays, so I would always try to pick up the combos if I could. Now you don't really have that option.
Right.
I have very few Blu-ray box sets, especially. But when I got word of this, absolutely, you better believe that I have the entire Batman 1966 TV series. Matter of fact, nice. I never even opened this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It has, it even comes with a collectible Hot Wheel. There's another Hot Wheel Batman.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Let's see what all is in this. You can see all the stuff. I mean, it's packed. Yeah. It's packed with stuff. You got the Hot Wheels car. You have Adam West scrapbook, 44 vintage trading cards, 32-page complete episode guide. I mean, it's pretty neat. I just, again, being a collector, I didn't want to ruin the value and so I,
that's something else.
I had to get this. I don't remember. Sometimes I had stuff. I don't remember if this played the music. I do have some box sets. Like I have a Greatest American Hero box set that I'm sure doesn't anymore. But at one time, there was a button on it you press and it would play the theme song.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember if this did that or not. Probably not. But
Nelson Riddle's easiest paycheck in the world was the writing of that song.
with the Batman song,
Yeah. I think that took him about 30 seconds. But it was just.
it is a pretty simple song. But
Yeah.
when you look back at some of the greatest theme songs of all time, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I love John
yeah.
Williams. I love John Williams. Okay, but look at his soundtracks, and they're great.
Yeah.
He is the greatest composer I think in our lifetime. But
Yeah.
when you think about it, it's the Star Wars, the Star Wars, the Superman. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't take, it probably didn't take much to come up with them as iconic as they are, and I love them. I'm not trashing that at all, but yeah, it's funny the way how simple some of the songs are, and yet some are really complicated. Like I know even Doomcock is a huge fan of the Munsters theme, and I've been watching for 2 weeks now. 2 weeks. Like I said, I've been feeling like crap, so I've spent a lot of time in bed especially the last week. But for 2 weeks straight, every time I go to bed, I end my day watching the Munsters.
Mhm.
What a freaking show, dude! What a wholesome, beautiful, genuine show. I love it. I know there's the Munsters and Addams Family. I like the Addams Family too.
Yeah.
And I get that. I think I know Doomcock prefers the Addams Family. I think that's because subliminally there's kind of a Star Trek tie-in there, because a lot of that some of the Munsters and stuff appeared in Star Trek and vice versa and stuff. But man, there's just something magical about the chemistry between Fred Gwynne, Al Lewis, and Yvonne DiCarlo.
Right.
It just can't be duplicated. Just the face. That's why nothing will ever be able to be made Munster related again.
Yeah.
Just because
just
the face of Herman Munster. You go back and you watch. Because now, like I love Munster. I haven't watched in a long time, but just watching, because some episodes I've watched twice from season 1. I haven't even gotten into season 2 yet. But the intro to season 1, if you remember, that was the one where they'd all Lily was seeing everyone off on their day. Eddie going to school, Marilyn going to school. Grandpa came out and of course tried to bite her arm, which I don't know where Grandpa was going because he never left the freaking house. But then you had Herman eventually come up out of Spot's out of the staircase and came down, and he looked all stern and he looked like Frankenstein. And then when she had him give her a kiss, and he walked away all, smiling and stuff. Oh my God, how can you not? As shitty as this world is these days, right?
Yeah.
I challenge you to watch the Munsters and not feel a little better.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Well, that's the thing. You had, as you said, the chemistry, the personalities, the genuine friendship, especially Al Lewis and Fred Gwynne.
Yeah.
You don't see that, anymore. And of course, for me, it was the house and a lot of the props.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted that staircase, like Spot, as you say, Spot's basement, because you can make a staircase that does that. Those stairs lift up, and whether anyone's actually done it in a residential home, I don't know, but I would love to see it.
Actually, some woman in Texas actually did build a house. I think this was back maybe in the 90s even. It's many years ago. And I don't think they live in it anymore, but it was originally designed. She wanted a house. Now, it wasn't, of course, it didn't have cobwebs and, it wasn't like falling down, but the same floor plan. And I believe I saw a video not that long ago. I think it's a museum now that you can actually go in, which is pretty cool. But and cars too. I mean, the Munster coach and the Dragula. Man, I got them right upstairs. I want to run and grab them right now. But we'll do Munsters on another. We got way off of Batman here, but like we didn't think that was ever going to happen.
Yeah, I had the Revell kit of both of those, and drove me nuts because little kid trying to put together complicated car.
Yeah. That's one thing I miss doing. I used to do models all the time. I used to have hundreds of models. I got rid of them. I only have a couple of them left, but I didn't do it. Well, that's how I got into collecting die-cast cars. The thing of it was they ruined the model hobby way before they ever even ruined pop culture, because models got too expensive. More power to someone like Sean Carter, who's still doing it to this day. I just got to a point where paints cost so much, glue cost so much, and until I didn't have any. I was still doing I was still doing them in my 20s, but because I was still doing them even when I lived in this house. But like, I didn't have like a professional paint booth or anything. I'd take them outside on a nice day and hope it wouldn't get windy. And 9 times out of 10, the shit would get in my paint, and then I'd have to buy more paint. And so then like diecast cars were like, well, somebody already painted them. If they're already done, I don't have to invest in everything. I could just buy the level of detail I want, and I don't have to worry about it. And so I did lose out on the fun. It was fun putting them together. I do miss it, but the hobby, I can imagine what things cost now. I remember. Oh yeah, boy, we had a Michaels go in a couple towns over by the one mall years ago. This was, and I like, the ex-wife used to like to go in there and look around. So of course, being a guy, I would stray and try to find Star Wars things or whatever, and eventually I came upon the model section in the back, and I saw this wall of models. I was like, oh, maybe I'll start doing models again, until I walked up on the thing, and the freaking models were like $35-$40 just for the kit, not paints, or you know what I mean. So I was like, nah, I'm sorry. I love modeling, but not that much.
Well, this is one of the things I always got a kick out of with the model railroading. You had articles in Model Railroader magazine, Railroad Model Craftsman, a few others. These guys were taking and building steam locomotives out of, tuna cans. Mm-hmm. And, basically free materials or very cheap. And some of those scratch-built models are still running today, 80 years later. All right, new motor in them, but still. And it was more fun to make your own stuff. And that goes right along with the railroad cars and everything else. You buy the wheel sets, you buy the couplers, a few detail parts. A lot of it you made yourself. Yeah. And it was just, I even have some of the wooden model railroad cars here. And it was just what they call craftsman kits. Mm-hmm. You buy it, you take it home, you build it. It's, there's no plastic in it at all. Any metal parts are white metal or Z-Mac. And just the fun stuff to know that you built that out of the parts that you made, or that, the minimum number of cast parts you had, and a few pieces of wood. Pretty neat. Pride of accomplishment.
Dude, I'm positive it's up in my attic somewhere. When I was a little kid, we have an amusement park around here called Knoebels Groves. Okay. Yep. It's a big park. People love it. It's a big attraction. It's like the only thing we have around here. But they have a section of it. John, I don't know if you've ever been. Have you ever been to Knoebels, John?
No, but my parents have been there many times.
You would like it. There is a section. There is a steam section where they have like steam engines and things. They have a blacksmith, and in that section they have there's a guy makes things out of. He carves with a chainsaw. He carves things. You can buy anything. He makes anything you want. And every October they have an Oktoberfest, and people come in. They make crafts and things like that. And when I was a little kid, I got this. I don't even know what to call it. Somebody made it, cut it out of wood. It was like a Kenworth wood trailer with real logs as the wood. And they made, like, you could tell like the smokestacks were made out of coffee cans and all this stuff, little like chain and stuff, and real metal chains and stuff on it. And the thing, I mean, I think it was like $40 back then, and it was kind of expensive, but I really wanted it, and it was huge. It was huge. I mean, it's probably 3 feet wide, maybe a foot tall, and weighed a ton. And this is like in the middle of the park, and there's a long distance to the park. Anyway, I did surprisingly manage to get my mom to buy it for me, and I have it to this day. And you know what was one of the best things to come out of it? The box it came in. They packed it in this box that was a wood frame, maybe 4 foot by 2 foot wood frame covered in cardboard. Dude, that box was one of my most cherished possessions as a little kid.
No kidding.
That thing, because it had a lid too. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't think of this until now, but I could have even been like the Undertaker, made a coffin, but I never did that. But that thing was like, I cut a section out of the lid and I drew on the side of it and painted on the side of it, made it look like a train. We had this diesel. They have these little, I don't know what scale they are, but they're kind of miniature trains, but you can ride on them at Knoebels. So I made one look like the one diesel engine they have, and it like had a top where you had to crawl in it and kind of sit in it. I made it a diesel engine at one time. At one time, it was like the mothership for Star Wars. I like repainted it and put walls in it and made like you could land like an X-wing in it. And that box was one of my favorite toys when I was a little kid.
Oh yeah,
this thing.
That's awesome.
Kids today,
yeah,
don't have the imagination for this stuff. You know, that's the difference. You know, I guess I don't know. It's sad. You know. Okay,
well, that's the thing. My mother was into yoga, or yogurt, not yoga.
I'm into yoga pants, man. Yoga pants are like one of the finest. Anyway, go ahead. Inventions.
So, yeah, she was into yogurt in the 70s and ate a lot of it. And it came in the standard can, about so big, and with the lid. It's a plastic, container, kind of a tapered thing. And we had tons of those laying around the house. So I built cities out of them. I had that helicopter that just flew in a circle. Had a hook on it, and you.
I know what you mean.
You had the two controls, and I'd have that thing flying around the city there, using the top of the yogurt cans as UFOs that were bombing the city. All kinds of crap like that, And I told you about the my version of the Kiss dolls was the Star Trek dolls with black electrical tape for the makeup.
Yeah.
As Ace, Gene, Paul, and Peter. The drums were spools of thread because my mother sewed like crazy. And, Christmas lights, trying to replicate Bill McManus's big lighting rig for the 1977 tour. And, flash cubes I took apart. You remember flash cubes? I figured out you could hook them up to a switch in a 9-volt battery, hit the switch at the right time, and they went off like a flash pot. All kinds of stuff like that going. And I wish I had taken pictures of that because it was fun. That was, again, free fun. You're not spending anything. And for the guitars, I took a page out of the Sears catalog, glued it to some balsa wood, and just cut out around the guitars. And then there was that plastic Les Paul that I made for Ace. And, just fun stuff that gets your mind going. You start thinking, popsicle sticks stacked up with glue, glued to the bottom of their feet for the platform shoes and painted black or silver. Fun stuff like that. And that's like with the box you're talking about. It gets your mind going, and the more your mind goes as a little kid, the better a thinker you become,
Oh, another thing that box was at one time was an X-wing because like I already had to cut out like a seat for the diesel. Yeah, and I used to have the Ben Cooper, those plastic vinyl costumes with the plastic mask. I had the Luke's X-wing pilot thing. Man, I lived in that thing every day. That not just Halloween. I wore that thing every day. I wish I could get another one too. There are 2 costumes. Really, when I was a kid, I was a cheap kid. I only had 2 costumes because I wore them until they wore out. I had an Ace Frehley costume and I had a Luke Skywalker X-wing pilot costume. And when I say I wore them, like I said, not only for Halloween, I wore them on a daily basis. I played in them, and that's why they wore out. Matter of fact, that Ace Frehley one, man, I wish I still had the mask because I know the mask lived on well beyond the costume because when my youngest nephew was a baby and they would come up to visit, he had a fascination with stairs. And so he would always try to escape and crawl up the stairs. So he was terrified of my Ace Frehley mask. So my sister was like, she was into sewing and all kinds of stuff. So she had like this foam head that she could like put things on it, like hats and stuff.
Yeah,
so
the wig head.
Yeah, the wig head, the foam head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my mom would take my Ace Frehley mask, put it on this foam head, and put that on the stairs. And
Yep.
so my nephew Richie, his name is, when
Yeah.
you go over there, he'd see this, and I don't even know if to this day we ever found out why he called it this, but he called it the gakak. So my Ace Frehley mask doubled as the gakak that kept and probably
Yeah.
saved the life of my youngest nephew. So
Yeah. Now imagine.
Rich, if you're watching this, you probably owe a debt of gratitude to one Ace Frehley for saving your life
Yes.
as a child. But anyway,
Could you imagine? You've got the Munster staircase. Flips up as he's crawling up, and there is Ace
there's
Frehley.
the cock. Oh,
Yeah.
See, I wasn't
Completely spot shooting flames.
I wasn't quite an evil genius, but I was only like a bad genius at that day. If I would have been evil level, I would have thought of that, like have the step pop open and have the if only I could go back. But then I'd probably killed him by giving him a heart attack or something. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it sucks that people don't have imaginations anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, but there's so many shows, movies, and stuff I want to talk about coming up now. It's like we kind of dipped into a bunch of them now, but yeah, definitely Munsters is a topic for down the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Geez, I still want to talk, man. I just watched a video today about. I'm always talking about the Jason Green channel. Waste some time with Jason Green. He went to Cooter's place, the one in Pigeon Forge, I think. Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
And his name is Ben Cooper, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think his name is Ben Cooper. He sells, Cooter. He played Cooter on the show. He has like a chain of those museums, and you can buy merchandise and stuff. And man, I got a really cool, not a super large, but I got a really cool Dukes of Hazzard collection too. Like I said, a lot of them have a certain flag on them, and I'm just not sure if I'd get in trouble on YouTube. But I mean, Jesus, man, it's just a show.
Yeah.
But eventually,
it's actually a part of history. So, they show it on the historical channels.
Yeah. I mean, we already discussed the A-Team. As much as I love the A-Team, I mean, before the A-Team was the Dukes of Hazzard. I remember the Dukes of Hazzard almost prevented me from liking a lot of shows because my brother was significantly older than me. And so when I was growing up, I was such a Dukes fan. Like my dad, we had a place up the road from here. It used to be called Cardinal Container back then. Now it's called International Paper. I think they have them everywhere now. Probably every box you have in your house right now, if you flip it over, it probably says International Paper on the bottom. Yeah. So they used to make boxes for all this stuff. And my dad was a security guard there. My dad had a couple jobs growing up and stuff. And he was a security guard there at night. And a lot of times he would ask to take, like if they were running like a Dukes of Hazzard item or something, he would bring home just these big cardboard sheets of like Dukes of Hazzard stuff, just because he knew I loved the Dukes. I mean, and I cherished stuff like that on top of, so I'm realizing tonight. So my dad used to bring me home pieces of boxes, and I used to live in a box that I got a wooden truck in, was like my plaything. No wonder I became a cat person, I guess. I'm as fascinated with boxes as cats, I suppose. Yeah. Which is weird. I just discovered something about myself tonight, but
he's the man in the box.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. I recently discovered a band. You may even already know them, but a band called Plush.
Plush. I think sounds familiar.
They may be from the area because I've noticed in a lot of the concerts I've been watching here on YouTube are in like Lancaster and stuff like that. Now, the reason I started watching them was because a video was recommended a couple of days ago, and they were originally a 4-piece. There were 4 women, but I think they're only 3 now. But man, can the woman that sing, man, can she sing? Because the first thing I saw was they did a cover of Barracuda. And I'm not really a huge fan of Barracuda. I think it's so overplayed. It's like Rock and Roll All Night from Kiss for me. It's like it takes a lot for me to listen to it. But I got this recommendation, and I'm like, screw it, I'll give it a shot. And holy hell, could she sing? She sounded a lot like a young Ann Wilson, and they do like more metal-y kind of things as well of their own. But it's kind of a cool band. I don't know how new they are. They're new to me, and maybe you might want to, or you guys, if you're bored. There's a band out there in the world called Plush, and haven't heard everything I should say, but what I heard so far is pretty neat, and maybe a band you might want to check out. So
Cool.
That one just popped in there.
Yeah. Had you ever heard of a jazz blues band called Daddy-O and the Sax Maniacs from up in Scranton?
No, I haven't, and I would have remembered that one.
Yeah, they were local band, but very professional. And again, their singer, she could belt out like nobody's business. She didn't need a microphone.
Hmm.
And, you know, it surprises me how many really good singers we have in eastern Pennsylvania, especially up towards the northeast. And you know who the most famous one of all was? The worst singer in the history of music, Florence Foster Jenkins from Wilkes-Barre. She was a horrible singer, 1930s, 40s era. And Wilkes-Barre makes a big deal out of her because she eventually was big in New York social life and the New York music societies and all this. But she went on to do, I guess, at least one recording, and she would sing at all these social parties and everything. And she was in on the joke. Everybody always laughed at her. But when she played Carnegie Hall, every ticket was sold because they couldn't believe anybody that bad would be playing there. And she's buried up in Wilkes-Barre at, the big cemetery near General Hospital, like Hollenbach Cemetery. And she's actually the most famous singer from this area.
Now, are we talking Yoko Ono bad? Because that's like next level bad.
I would say almost as bad as Yoko Ono, but she didn't have the arrogance that Yoko Ono has. You know, she was in on the joke.
Speaking of arrogant singers, I never thought I'd be talking about this guy positively again, but I saw a video earlier today from Sebastian Bach.
Oh, dear God.
But no, he actually had a legitimate point, and I actually I feel what he's saying. He was on some show getting interviewed, and he was talking about there's this sudden boom in people on YouTube who they're, you know, John, like Elizabeth Zoroff and all, you know, they critique vocal performances and things like that. And it's like it's become a thing. I mean, you watch, you get once suggested to you, and you forget about them for a month, and you go back and it got 1 million subscribers. You know, so this is becoming a big thing. And these vocal coaches, you know, coming on YouTube. And Sebastian was saying, I guess apparently and of course Sebastian being a little of a bitch like he is, but I do agree with him on this point. He was saying it was pretty funny. Somebody was critiquing his one performance, and it was back in the day, and he was doing I Remember You. And you know, he was out, it looked like a really hot day. It's like it was 100 degrees out there that day. I'm out there sweating my balls off. And he's like, these people are sitting here on YouTube in their air-conditioned basements, and they're saying, look, I can hit that note. He's like, no, motherfucker. You try singing the entire song in 100-degree heat, sweating your ass off, and then try to hit that note at the end of the song, as opposed to just sitting there hitting the one note in your mommy's basement or, you know, air-conditioned. He does have a point there. So
and I'll give him that, and the fact that you're the front man of the band. You're the one everyone's looking at up until the guitar solo. Yeah. And you've got how many 100,000 people? How many thousand?
Oh, and not only that, but he also pointed out too that it was in the height of their career, and he'd already, you know, he had jet lag, and he was in this many cities, you know, and it's like these people are just sitting around in the comfort of their home critiquing these people, and it has become a big thing. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching them. I don't know why. You know, it all started with Charismatic Voice, and you know, I remember seeing where she watched Take Hold of the Flame of Queensryche, and it just I liked seeing how impressed she was. But this is becoming a real racket. It's one of those things where if you got a couple of these, you know, you can sit back and you can like say this is good or they did that wrong, and you just get 1 million subscribers. It's not fair. It's really not fair. And really,
I mean, I'll give Elizabeth some kudos because she really is, you know, into the medical aspect of the voice also, and the science behind it, you know, all that. The others are more or less theory, but and she does try to say something positive, even about Slayer. I don't know if you saw the video she did on them, but she tried to be as positive as she could with them.
Well, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I don't even think that it wasn't that she wasn't positive on him. She was just pregnant
Yeah.
while she was doing, and it wasn't something she should listen to. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Slayer brings out certain adrenaline rushes and things like that. I'm Slayer's.
Yeah.
You got to be in the mood for Slayer. I mean, I don't listen to Slayer as much as I used to, especially because of one Gary Holt. That's another story. I mean, it's like, don't know if I want to go down the road. I have a bad habit. You know, I love the Almost Human channel, but every time he does like on a video and Gary Holt is mentioned, I have to. It's like I don't know who Gary Holt thinks he is. And listen, I love Exodus. All right.
Yeah.
But again, they booted Steve Souza.
Yeah.
Who wasn't their original vocalist. Their original vocalist, Paul Bailoff, passed away. But so Steve Souza was with them for most of their career, in and out. But they recently booted him out again. To me, Steve Souza is the voice of Exodus. All right. Gary Holt is politically not right in the head. And I mean, so much so that at one point, he's the guy, for those not familiar with Exodus is the band where Metallica stole Kirk Hammett out of. So Exodus spawned Kirk Hammett. Also, after Jeff Hanneman passed away, Gary Holt tried to fill the shoes, which he could never. He is not man enough to fill the shoes of Jeff Hanneman. But he stepped in and was the guitar player that, I guess, to this day, because, you know, even though Slayer's another one of those bands that, well, we're done. They did the last tour, and yet they're still making certain appearances, which I knew Kerry King was never going to let it go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Gary Holt, it's like, and I tried because their last album with Steve Souza was great. Persona Non Grata, freaking phenomenal album. And listen, I can't stand Gary Holt as a human being, but as a guitar player, it's phenomenal. That's what hurts the most. I respect these guys so much for guitar playing. Gary Holt, Alex Skolnick is another one of my guitar. Like I said, I told you, I did, I think on a live stream, I showed my first Ibanez I bought because Alex Skolnick had a red one.
Yeah.
Testament, you know? So, and it just hurts so much when these guys just shit all over you all the time, you know? Saying anyway, but so that's why I didn't even mean to go off on a Slayer tangent, but it's like that guy comes into Slayer. And I remember you get all pissed off. There was a war between him and Tom Araya, okay? The singer of Slayer, the original singer, long time, all these years, okay? Frontman of Slayer. Gary Holt only gets in because Jeff Hanneman died. And Gary Holt is having a conniption fit because Tom Araya is posting political things he didn't agree with on the Slayer website. Last time I checked, Tom Araya is Slayer, you know?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
He's the voice. He's the bass player. Wrote a lot of their tunes. He has more say over what goes on the Slayer website.
Yeah.
You, Gary Holt. So you sit down and shut the fuck up. Anyway, that's my opinion on that. But so anyone out there that might come across this live stream and you see this guy on the Almost Human channel always trashing Gary Holt with my icon, Fed for Hire. This is me. I'm the guy. I'm the guilty as charged. I don't know. Gary Holt just rubs me the wrong way. Because then they go on and had this phenomenal fucking album. You know, Persona Non Grata was a phenomenal freaking album. I don't know if you're real familiar with Exodus, John, but Steve Souza just has one of those voices. He's like if you took Brian from AC/DC, and turned him up to like freaking 11. These go to 11, you know, right? And put him in a thrash metal band.
Wow.
He's just got this icon. He's almost like if you took Bon and Brian and put them together, okay?
Yeah.
And put them in the thrash metal band. That's Steve Souza. That's how cool his voice is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And like you don't just kick somebody like that out. And for those people that do like Exodus and aren't aware, Steve Souza has a channel here on YouTube. Souza's Toxic Vault, where he does interviews and things like that. So he's still doing something, even though it's not with Exodus. And I doubt that Steve Souza is ever going to hear this, brother. But if by some chance you ever did, you are fucking Exodus, dude. It ain't Exodus without you, and that's where Fet for Hire stand on that one. So
very cool.
Hell, Steve Souza. Zetro, he goes by. Steve Zetro Souza. But
Cool.
anyway, I don't know. I guess we covered a lot more things. You know, the funny thing was I had like I said in the beginning, I wanted to make so many videos this week and just feeling like shit all week long. So I had so much stuff saved in my favorites here to bring up and talk about, and I just weeded out a couple. And man, we covered a lot more things than I even planned on talking about. So I think this was a pretty good one, even though no one else showed up on the panel. It's like, you know, hey, I remember my first live stream was just me. You know, so, hope it never comes down to that because it ain't the same without you, brother John. But
I'll be here.
Despite it only being us, man, I thought this was a pretty damn good episode.
Well, let's see. We had Snorty, SP4H, Andy, Tim, FKHC. Let me see.
Spiff? Oh, SP4H.
Here?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we had some people in and out of the chat.
Sci-Fi Classics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason Love. Jason Love was here.
So, it was a quiet night, but it was a good night.
So I'm hoping, and like I always say, you know, I'm not offended. I know Tony Stark of Iron was streaming, and there's a lot of people streaming on Saturday nights. There's a lot of competition, you know.
Yeah, and Raymond had Rennie and Tyron, so that's a big deal because people don't get to see them very much.
Hey, I pick Lenny and Tyron. I pick them over me too. I'm thinking. I almost said Lemmy. I got like Lemmy Kilmister all of a sudden talking. SP4H, hold on. SP4H says, I'm like a bad rash. I don't go away. I'm pretty similar, brother. Birds of a feather, you and me. Birds of a effing feather. That's another thing. I'm trying not to curse. I don't know if you noticed. What's up, John?
Something I just remembered looking at Andy Masterson's name in the chat. Did you see the video from Gary Ambrosia about the Batman symbols he restored?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a little older one.
Yeah.
I did.
Actually. A month or two. Really cool. I love what he's doing.
He always has the coolest stuff, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be surprised, man. He always gets hold of the coolest stuff. He has.
And
I'm hoping
he's always so calm.
I'm hoping he's gonna do a video too, because he got a hold of like a screen used, or at least it was on set or something, like a TIE fighter. He's gonna restore. I'm really hoping he does a video of that.
Nice. Yeah.
So
awesome.
But yeah. Speaking of which, good thing you brought him up. Since I'm actually live streaming this week, let me bring up a picture of the movie of the week because I have it done, and technically it is almost Sunday. I usually put it out on a Sunday, and I still got the lag, so bear with me. But the movie of the week is incoming. We're getting there. Hold on, folks. My computer's on its last leg. Oh, I have something else I want to show too. Something else I want to show that I just forgot about. Forgot to write a note about it. All right. So anyway, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Ooh. Lamont Cranston, The Shadow Knows.
I can't, for some reason, I can't remove John. It's letting me drag. I'm trying to drag him either up above me or below me, but it won't allow that. Hold on.
Oh, well.
No, that's not what that wasn't the desired effect. Neither was that.
There you go.
There we go. Too many goddamn windows back here. Anyway, there you go. This week's movie is The Shadow. I'm not the biggest fan of Alec Baldwin, but I do like him in some things. You know, I like me some Beetlejuice. Hunt for Red October is another good one.
Yeah. But, that was an awesome movie.
But that there be the movie of the week. I want to see something. Yeah. Gives me a replace option. Let me see. Bring something else up. Now, John.
Yes.
Okay. Sir. Before we totally close out the Batman episode. Now, I didn't make this, but this is just a picture. I remember seeing this years ago. But now, if I was Batman, this would be my logo. Yeah.
I like it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got to make something unlike that for Butt Butt or Bat Bat. You Butt Butt? What am I thinking? Anyway, yes,
Yep.
that's my own version of the Batman thing because there's been Batman, Batboy, Bat Dog, Bat this, Bat that, Bat the other. Mine's Bat Bat.
You know what you got to
It,
do, John,
hmm,
to celebrate this historic episode of
yes,
FSA number 24. You got your workshop back there, like your new grinder. You need to label that
yep,
the Bat Grinder. You know,
yeah,
your drill
Bat
press
Bat
needs to be,
Grinder.
yeah, your drill press needs to be like the Bat Press. You know, you got to go through all
Yep,
your stuff now.
yep,
Bat it up, but I don't know. It sounds better in my head.
yeah. And then
Anyway,
I've got my baseball bat back there, so that'll be my Bat Bat Bat
the Bat. Holy crap!
Bat Bat Bat.
Where do you get bait on this damn tour? Anyway, okay, John, do you like Vegas Vacation?
I don't think I saw that one. I saw
Oh,
the first one,
I know a
but
lot of
I
people
don't
don't
think I
like.
saw that one.
I love that one. I pretty much love them all. There was actually Christmas Vacation Part Two.
Yeah,
Didn't have Chevy Chase. It had,
right.
and it should have been great because I love Randy Quaid as Cousin
Mm.
Eddie, but that one wasn't so great. I have it on DVD. I just only ever watched it, or at least I had it. I hope it's still in there. But that one's not so great. But other than that, because the funniest thing is when I was a little kid, I loved European Vacation. I don't know why. Probably just because there was nudity in it or something. Because I watch it now as an adult, and it's my least favorite. But yeah, it's hard to beat the original.
Yeah.
You know, the Wally World episode,
Mhm.
Christmas Vacation. It's right up there with maybe my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Maybe. And I do have a little thing. We talk about that one. There's a scene in that, and I'll try to get a screenshot if we talk about the vacation movies. There's a scene in it where I can't help but watch it every time. Me and the family used to always pause it because there's a Munster's lunchbox in their kitchen. They have like a breakfast bar or something, and on the one shelf, I can see it's Herman Munster digging a grave. I have the same lunchbox, and I'll have to show that lunchbox. I'll try to get a screenshot and show that lunchbox. But something else.
And there
so
was
many things I'm going to.
Well, there was something. The one actor in that played the grandfather, really old guy. I think his last name was Hickey. Was his
So what's the matter with you?
Yeah, he was
guy.
great.
He was hilarious, man. Yeah, when he was on fire and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, the sound. That's one of the things. As a family, we used to sit down and watch that every year. The scene where he says, where Clark was just having like an all around bad day, and he says to Clark, he says, "Hey, Grizz, if you're not doing anything constructive, go get me my stogie or whatever." I don't know why I sound rednecky, but so anyway, he goes to light his cigar, and he goes in the other room where the dry Christmas tree. Remember, the dog was drinking the water out of the Christmas tree base, so the tree was all dry. And when he lit up his cigar, the tree lit, and all you heard was that, and you saw the glow. That's all you needed, man. That was so. Hey, I laughed so hard at that scene.
Yeah,
even when I know it's.
He was a fun actor. And he was in that movie Mouse Hunt too in the early part.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that one I have a kind of love-hate relationship because it was a funny movie, but it was the day after my father's funeral that we saw it because we're just sitting around the house with the TV on, and needed something to get our minds off.
When my dad passed in 1995. I took that hard. I was a mama's boy. That was the weirdest thing. I stopped eating and I was passing out, and I spent that Christmas in the emergency room because I messed myself up from not. Anyway, long story short.
Yeah.
My mom had just got, like, right before my dad passed, she got Apollo 13, the Tom Hanks movie, on VHS, and so that Christmas Eve. I went over there and she was like, "Look, let's do something. Let's watch a movie or something. Let's just be together, be glad we're together." And we sat down and we watched Apollo 13. And I like the movie. I like the movie a lot, but every time I watch that now, so I know what you mean. It connects me. It's to that point in my life where, because like I said too, my dad was buried on my birthday. My dad's birthday is the day before mine, and he was buried on my birthday. So every year, that's why. And Carla, if you're watching this, she gets worried every year. She checks in on me because I really don't like the holidays because it's right before Christmas, and so I always remember where I was in 1995 on my birthday. I was at the cemetery. Why my mom couldn't have waited a day, or something. I don't know. I never figured that one out, but that was a rough year, and I don't know. I just can't let that one go. And again, like you said, John, that's Apollo 13. Always makes me think of that part of my life. And
because I was actually watching Caddyshack when my mom called and told me what had happened, and so I can never watch Caddyshack again. And it's like, and that's kind of weird because my sister always raved about the disco gopher. Dancing around in
I haven't seen that in ages,
the ground. But yeah, that's the same thing for me. It's hard to watch, and I haven't seen it since.
Here's the thing. I mentioned a few live streams back, a little over a month ago, that my sister's house caught fire, and it was just a shell standing there for a month now. And this week they actually started tearing it down, and yesterday it was gone. Even the hole that was the basement is now filled in, and it's in a weird location that I have to drive past every day, going to work and going to Walmart and everything. I have to go past it every day, and it was always on the corner, this one particular corner, and it's just so weird not seeing your sister's house where it used to be and knowing your sister's out there. And last I talked to her, they all had COVID. On top of everything they're going through, they all had COVID. That's the thing again. And so anyone out there, if you believe in prayers, if you could throw some prayers my sister and her family's way again, and or any good mojo you could manage to muster, mister, would be greatly appreciated. They've really, I don't know what happened somewhere that, I mean, they don't deserve what they're going through, but so thinking about you, Tara. But so, here's the thing. Life sucks. Okay. There's no disputing that, but life can be good too. Cause let me tell you something. Those of you that follow me on social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, whatever, I think I even posted here on YouTube. August has always been a weird month for me. It's my wedding anniversary is in August. My mom's birthday, who passed back in 2011, is the 20th. Her birthday's coming up. It would be the 20th of this month. But I just posted on social media. August 12th, 2012, I had my brain surgery. Yes. For those of you who often wonder, does this guy really have a brain? Yeah, I have photo evidence. I may mumble. What I say may not make sense, but I have documented. How many of you have x-rays of your brain? I have legitimate proof that I have a brain. But anyway, I had my brain surgery back in 2012. And long story short, if I didn't get it, I was told I would be paralyzed from the neck down. And that would really suck. So
yes, it would.
As bad as life sucks, right? Like I said in my social media posts, do not take anything for granted, right? You might wake up and it might be raining. Your rent might be due. Your car might not start, but you're still breathing air. You're still able to walk to your car. You're still able. So don't forget, as bad as things may seem, it's easy to forget the simple good things, being able to breathe and enjoy your friends and stuff like that. So.
And I like that post because it says, you're still walking, you're still talking. I would have added, you're still playing guitar, thank God. And
it's rough. I still have there's no cure for what I have. I still have numb hands and things. So playing guitars, it doesn't always cooperate. If anyone missed it, I uploaded last night a little tribute. I played the solo from Goodbye to Romance from Ozzy Osbourne, a little tribute. And I was having a little trouble, especially with the faster parts. But I'm getting back. To I'm playing a little more, and I'm trying to do things. So anyway, that's
fun stuff. And without the rainy days, you wouldn't enjoy the nice days.
Exactly. Yep. Without the dark. Isn't that a Ronnie James Dio level lyric there somewhere? Without the dark,
somewhere in there.
That's Dio.
But without the dark, there is no light.
Yeah. When there's thunder, there should be rain, but it don't always follow the rules. I love that song. That was
Yeah, Hungry for Heaven.
what's that?
Hungry for Heaven.
Mystery.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I don't know what did they. Okay, so I was always familiar with Holy Diver and Rainbow in the Dark, and as much as I love those, I would see them on the Headbangers Ball or whatever. I hear them
Yeah.
at school, kids playing them on a thing. But I remember when I got The Last in Line on cassette. It was actually a thing. Now, listen, I love Dio as much as anyone, but I didn't go. It was James Way. This is how long ago it was. We still had a James Way here
Jeez.
where my sister worked at. So I went down there and I was looking for a cassette and I just didn't know what to buy. And Dio Last in Line happened to be there. So I bought it. And that sat in my room probably for a long time. And this one particular day, I was just like, I didn't know what to listen to. And I used to just walk around. I live in a little town. It's really not much more than maybe a block and a half oval here where I just used to walk around, ride my bike when I was a kid. But a lot of times I would walk around carrying a boombox. And the one day I wanted to go for a walk and I didn't know what to take. So I was like, screw it. I'll grab this Ronnie James Dio. And so I'm walking around listening to it. And I remember a house right down the back street from me, right to where I am this very day. But they used to have, instead of a fence, they had maybe a 5-foot wall, cinder block wall. And he was a cool guy. He used to let us just hop up on that wall, sit there. You know what I mean? I would sit there blasting my music. The guy, for some reason, didn't mind. But I'm sitting there this one day, and it was just one of those days where you reflect as a kid. You're like looking at life, and you're looking at the sky and thinking, are there aliens out there? And, what was it like living 100 years ago? And suddenly a song Mystery comes on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It caught me at that mode where like I'm pondering life and the song Mystery comes on and he's telling me as I'm thinking these things, he's telling me when there's thunder, there should be rain, but it don't always follow the rules. I'm like, that's fucking right, man.
Yeah.
This guy's cool. That was right there where I became a super duper Ronnie James deal. That's like where, like I always say, I don't know much about Black Sabbath. I kind of started following Ozzy and Dio after. And that was a moment right there for me that I will always hold dear to my heart with Ronnie James Dio. It's like, you know what I mean? Little me, he was singing to me like that at that particular time. Even though he recorded that in a studio in Los Angeles many months before. Right then, he was singing a little Fett and helping me ponder the mysteries of the universe. And that was really cool. So I will always... So I'll connect Apollo 13 with some bad things, but I'll connect Mystery with something really cool. So thank you, Ronnie James Dio, right?
Absolutely.
One of the reasons why I do this, because of Ronnie James. But,
did I ever send you that picture from up in Cortland when I was much heavier? And I was standing on his street, Dio Way.
John, I made you a short. You were supposed to put on your channel that picture.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I got to go back and do that.
Yeah.
I must have forgot.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw it.
Yeah. My Dane Bramage is a little...
I know. No, I'm the same way. And it's I can remember stupid things and important things which is why it's been rough the last 2 years, kind of being on my own. I'm surprised. Like cars haven't been repossessed and I'm surprised. I'm doing pretty good because my mind tends to, I go like, I'll get up and I'll go, I won't go, oh damn man, I gotta make sure I mail this bill out today or whatever. I'll get up and I go, man, I gotta make a video about that fucking Howard Stern today. That's the way my mind works. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Kind of like a squirrel, you're concentrating on where you're going and then, oh, shiny.
Yeah, exactly. I'm well-intentioned. I'm always well-intentioned. I get distracted very easily. Yes.
Yep.
SP Forge gives up the horns.
Absolutely, man.
All right, man. I'll tell you what, we covered a lot of rigmarole. I was going to say the SHIT word, but I don't know if you folks noticed that too, but even in my videos, I'm trying to cut down on the language because I thought about something. A while back, I did a video called F the Zuck. Okay, because I thought it was a cool, catchy title, and that's how I feel about that guy. Yeah. But, and I don't know if Tiger Stripes is out there, if she ever watches any of my stuff anymore, but I remember she commented on that video, and she said, language, you're better than that. And I think I said something stupid like, I'm really not, but no, she was right. She was right. That's what they do. That's what those freaky, ring-nosed people do over there. I got to try to cut down. So I'm trying.
Yeah.
Because the funny
Well,
thing was most of my life I rarely cursed. I
Yeah.
rarely cursed. I don't know. I guess the last couple of decades, the life I've lived, it drives you to curse, I suppose. But
Yeah. That's where I was for most of my life. Every other word was F this, F that.
yeah, I'm
And,
trying
you
to
know,
tame it down. So
yeah.
hey,
Yeah, I've been trying to do that myself.
one thing that I will admit that I am not afraid to admit, which a
Mhm.
lot of people don't, I'm a work in progress, man.
Yep.
I'm still at my age. I'm still like clay. I need to be molded and shaped. And so I will never listen. When you think you know it all and you're to say you don't, you're lying to yourself. So
Yep.
I'm trying to be all deep right now. Have you noticed
Yep.
the somber change in mood and tone and everything? No. Anyway, no, that's not what I'm about.
Well,
But
as we say in Masonic terms, we're all rough ashlers. An ashlar being a stone. And we work our way to being a smooth ashlar. Take away all the rough edges.
I'm working on being a smart ash. Oh, you know what? One of these days too, I got to break out too, because honestly, I'm thinking at some point it's time to cut my guitar collection down. It really is.
Yeah.
And I have some guitars that are like they were supposed to be works in progress. And this is I have an RG. I can't remember the numbers. I used to know. That's the thing about Ibanez. I love Ibanez, but they picked like everything aside of like an Iceman or a Destroyer. Everything's like an RG 5621 BK ML5 6QLZ supercalifragilistic. So I used to know the number, but it's just a cheaper RG. It's like a 570 or something, and
Yeah.
it's made out of ash. And it has no finish at all.
Wow.
It's just raw ash. And so I'm hoping, I haven't looked at it in a long time. It's probably, I don't know, covered in mold or something by now, but one of these days I'll have to break that out. It's a beautiful guitar, but it has crappy pickups. Anybody that knows Ibanez, the Infinity pickups, they're garbage.
Mhm.
So the intention was always to rip them out and put maybe some like chrome DiMarzios in it or something, and I just never got around to it. But it looks like a the X used to call it the butcher block. It looks like a butcher block. I used to work. I've said many times. I used to work for. I worked in a factory many years ago. I worked in a factory where we made furniture parts and cabinet parts and things like that. So, and I planed the wood to its finished thickness and things. And I remember I always liked ash because, John, you've worked with wood. I've worked with. Anyway, so that wood gives off a smell when it's hot, and like a lot of wood, it gets old smelling it. But when we would work with ash, and you'd be running it through the planers or the abrasive sanders, it would heat up. To me, it smelled like French toast.
Yeah.
So it was like, I actually didn't mind walking into work that day. Instead of walking in and be like, "Ooh, we're working with ash today. I smell French toast. At least I don't have to smell freaking, you know what I mean, red oak again."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But so that's one of the reasons why I got it. It's this whole bunch of like ash put together and pretty neat guitar.
Nice.
I still want to break out. I meant to grab batteries. I got because my sister's young. I don't have batteries in my smoke detectors yet, but I want to get a 9-volt too for my. I only have one guitar that has EMGs in it, and I know the battery is dead because I think it's a 2008 model. I want to say.
Yeah.
Nah, maybe 18. I forget, but I know the battery's dead. But it takes a battery. And it has the color changing pin. I don't want to show that one off one of these days too. It's like one way you look at it, it's blue, one way it's purple, one way it's green. One of those things. But
awesome.
But anyway, I think we covered a lot, man. This was this was a good one. I'm starting to lose my voice now for some reason. So I think it's good. We've hit 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So John.
Great time.
Always is, man. Always is. And it's really cool. It's really cool to hang out with you. Normally we do this stuff and we just talk on the phone. It's cool to be able to involve some other people in our shenanigans.
Yeah.
But, so John,
yes, sir.
What you got? You got anything coming up? Anything you want to talk about?
Well, I haven't done the videos I wanted to do for my channel yet, but I'm working on that. And I got to get that, what do you call it, Clip Champ? And play around with that a little bit, because one of the things is going to the various cemeteries and videoing and explaining some of the family graves for my cousin, because he's way the hell out the other end of the state. He's closer to Cobalt and Pudgy than me. And So I want to kind of edit the different bits together and get them in some manner of order. But that's coming up, and it's something that maybe inspires some other people to do some genealogy stuff. Because it's a lot of fun, and it makes the time fly. Like a good stream like this one. Holy shit, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, no, it flew by. I was like,
flew.
In the beginning, I started just like, I don't know, I got like nervous or something. I started flying through everything, and before I knew it, I'm like, shit, I'm like most of the way through my notes. We're not even going to make 2 hours. But then, no, it was a really good discussion, I thought. And and folks, look at me down here at the bottom as the defense guy from Home Improvement. That be John Fez Rendell. That's Fez Forever link down there. If you folks haven't subscribed or anything, check them out. Hook a brother up, because some things are coming. I actually made up some stuff. We got to get them through putting it up and everything like that. But some things probably coming in down the road. Look, now I'm trying to hide behind the banner.
Yeah. Gilroy was here.
There's no host. There's no host, man. The host.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. There he is. Oh, geez.
It's the headless host man.
Ridiculous. Oh, hold on. Being over there, I grabbed your link off of the book that I can't stand. I noticed. I don't know if Tim's still here. I'm almost afraid to show this, but this deserves to be shown in all its glory, because I've discussed this.
Oh yeah,
I've discussed this on YouTube. So let's bring this here on up. Before the internet, the 1988 Sears catalog got the job done. It sure did. I've discussed this one at length, I think, on King Dolphin TV in the past. Yes, there was. Okay, for those that don't know, there used to be a thing called the Sears Wish Book. It was the biggest, fattest catalog, right? It had everything under the sun in it. Yep. And it was. I've discussed how it was there for me in my life when I needed it most. It was there through all the phases. When I was a little kid, probably about the middle, you went to the middle, was the Star Wars toys, okay?
Yeah.
So I drooled over the Star Wars toys and dreamed of getting my hands on these Star Wars toys. Yeah. As I became a teenager, like not even preteen, 12 years old, 11 years old, as I was getting into music heavily, you went to the back of this big fat catalog, right? And there were musical instruments. Guitars and drums and stuff, basses, and
violins,
everything, right? And I would just look at that, and I would dream about getting my hands on those musical instruments. And then, as I got into my late teens, and other things started happening to me, you went to the front of the catalog, and you found images like this.
Yeah.
And then I dreamed about getting my hands on this.
Yeah.
This stuff. Anyway.
The sad part of that is
what's that?
That girl standing by herself, beautiful girl, wonderful face, great body, looks wonderful. Probably looks like Nancy Pelosi now.
Oh, John.
Way to kill the mood.
John. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have our poop segment for the evening. There's John Rendell's tonight's poop segment right there. Yeah.
Killjoy was here.
No, it's true. Thinking about how old these women are. You know what? We're not spring chickens anymore anyway, though. But.
No. And I mean, you got to give her credit. She looked great.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm not usually about the blondes, but man, that's the Farrah Fawcett feather blowing thing going on there. Yeah. Yeah,
and that girl, just such a pretty face. And you know how I am with faces.
I haven't, John, you got to give me a minute. I haven't gotten to the faces yet.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've seen a lot of the other, enough of the other. But for me, I always see the face first anymore.
I don't know if there's such a thing as seeing enough of the other, though.
Well, you've seen one pair, you want to see them all.
I can remember being a little kid, seeing stuff like underwired, slightly padded. I'd be like, "What the hell is underwire?"
Yeah,
are they robots? I didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I was like, "Are they robot women? Will they do whatever you tell them?" You know, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you got to have the little controller and the underwears or the antenna.
You know, this brings back super fun memories of the Benny Hill show too, with the garter belt.
Oh, yes.
Man, this is so hot, man. I don't know if it's just because of Benny Hill that it ingrained it in my brain, but man,
Yep.
why don't women should wear these again? Ladies, bring back the garter belts.
Yep.
That is freaking hot, dude.
Yeah, those are hotter than any tattoo you're ever going to get.
Yes, ladies, yes. Okay, public service announcement brought to you by John Rendell. Exactly what he said there. Look at this, ladies. Look at this fine lace and everything, right? It looks great, right? But you can take it off. Tomorrow, if you're sick of the white, you can change it to black. You know what I mean? You can't take the tattoo off. Go back to this, ladies. This is freaking hot, man.
Yeah.
I like you can undo the garter belt. You know what I mean? You can't undo a tattoo. It don't come off, ladies.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do this.
Yep.
But anyway,
my service to humanity.
And that was Tim's service. I got to thank Tim because I didn't catch that until late. He did message me earlier and tell me that I see things blinking. Like I have tabs open and I see things blinking, and I saw that Tim sent me something. But the last thing I checked on said something. I don't know. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put it up, but I'm not sure if I still should have put that one up. But
yes.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did because that brought back fond memories. That's a good way to go out. We were all over the place. We were talking about movies and pop culture, and we were talking about, let's see these other YouTube channels talk about heavy devy stuff like the mysteries of the universe and Ronnie James Dio and Autograph and dudes looking like ladies. Holy hell, we covered a lot of stuff tonight. I almost said SHIT. Look it. I'm getting a filter. It's working, people. I'm trying to be more professional here. So we have that. Uh-oh. SP garter belts. What? You don't like garter belts? You don't like garter? I love garter belts. Again, maybe you had to watch Benny Hill. Maybe you'd have more appreciation if you watched the good old Benny Hill. But I'll tell you something else. Go ahead, John.
Oh, just from the Benny Hill show, Louise English, the dark-haired girl. She was awesome in those and out of them.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Great face, great body, everything.
Well, as a kid, I watched Benny Hill for the garter belts. As an adult, when I watch some episodes now, man, he was a comedic genius.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic, man. What a funny guy. What a funny guy.
He was England's answer to Red Skelton. You know, he could
a
do
dirty
the
Red
clown.
Skelton.
Well,
he was my kind of Red Skelton, the dirty Red Skelton.
Yeah. Red Skelton had his moments, but most of them were outtakes that nobody ever saw. I had a video around somewhere, VHS tape of some of those outtakes from various things, and he didn't get dirty, but he got a little naughty.
But, I just like Red Skelton. My mom used to watch him. Matter of fact, I remember the one year for her birthday, I bought her like a bunch of Red Skelton DVDs. I don't know whatever happened to them. But
we always watched that when I was a kid, and you know all the characters he did. You know, Clem Cadiddle Hopper and I
remember the
pigeons, Heathcliff and God, I can't remember the female's name, but you know.
While you're thinking, I want to point out real quick that SP48 said garter belts for the effing win. Of course, I love garter. Okay, cool.
Yes,
cool. See, we're back on the same page again. See that?
Yep.
Me and you, SP4H, brothers from another mother.
Awesome.
But all right. Again, so I think we tried to wrap this up like 3 or 4 times now, but this one's for real. This one's for real. So, okay, John, check out John's channel. I want to listen. I want to thank everyone that was here. There was just us two on the panel, so I can't do that. Yeah. Well, I guess I can. I want to thank the person that was here on the panel. I want to thank everyone that was here on the chat. Did I say on the chat? In the chat? Part of the chat? You know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at, chat. See that? You're making me rhyme now. But I want to. Okay, let me start over. Be serious now. Okay. I want to thank Brother John for being here.
My pleasure, man. Always. Definitely.
Hey, when I say brother, man, I mean that. And, dude, I love you like a brother.
Absolutely. Same here, bro.
I want to thank everyone that was here in the chat. I want to thank everyone that will watch this on the replay, and I hope you guys will. And don't forget, please. I know you're sick of hearing this because all your favorite YouTubers are saying this now, but it's true. YouTube really doesn't like us for some reason, us little guys. So please remember to hit that like button. It's free. It doesn't cost a dime, and subscribe if you haven't. That doesn't cost anything either, And I'll tell you what, if you can even spare another second, I don't even care if you write in there that FSA, you suck. It's still a comment. Leave me a comment on this, on the videos, all of that there stuff. Let's try to keep the channel going and get. Oh, by the way, too, yeah, because you know how YouTube works. We hit the 3,300 subscribers a little while back, and of course I lost a bunch of them. But now, last I checked, we're 3 away again. We're almost back to where we was. So hopefully then we can start moving forward again. So if 3 more cool people would hit that their subscribe button, man, and get us back to the 3,300, that'd be really cool. What's this? TZ says, congratulations. Oh, man, Andy's comment. She saw Andy's comment. Hail TZ.
Hi there.
Hail TZ. Yeah, one of these days we'll get her on the show. Probably getting cursed at right now as I speak, but you don't have to come on camera.
Yeah.
Anyway. But, so anyway, derailed again. You know what I'm going to do here. You guys are not subscribers. You're my friends, and I love you. Every single one of you, even Raymond Feliciano. So, in the meantime, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And why take it easy when you can take it? John, what? Take it what?
Easy.